Hey everyone, so CardboardNewt and myself, we're going to be testing out the Mad Lad combo to see how good it is. So right now, this is like the new hot topic of SolForge Fusion. So there is a combo that could potentially win pretty consistently cycle 2 using Mad Winter with the Nexus Core Prime as well as Sineta's Lab. So we'll see the games to see if we could find anything on my end that will be able to beat it. So me and him are going to jump on a call very shortly and we'll get going. Um, all right.
Hey, hey,
Hey, how you doing?
I'm doing all right.
I'm excited. This deck
Yeah,
is the new boogeyman, so I think it'll be fun to see if we can find a way to kind of handle it.
yeah, we were playing a bit last night or 2 nights ago. I don't even remember.
Hmm.
And I seem to do as we're doing four different lists, and like two of them end up winning, and this
Yeah,
was one of
exactly. And I think the biggest thing is it's like you got to be quick in order to handle it.
them. Mhm.
Um, so I guess was there one you wanted to play against first? Should I start with the Shard back list? Should I start with the Nova Elementalist list?
So people seem to think that Nova Elementalist is like the way to be quick. So
Yeah, let's start there
that's
then.
probably the best start. Um, but yeah, I was just playing against Weekend right before the stream, and I ended up comboing on turn 5, and I was like, I feel bad.
That's crazy.
The summoning master does work.
Yeah, oh, I bet. That's what I think me and you were talking about that a little bit, that that
Mhm.
might be like one of the key cards because you can use that whether or not you're in cycle 2 with the Sunder. So I think that's going to be huge.
Mm. And then the Steel Rosetta with this also helped a lot because I didn't have to worry about playing my combo pieces right away.
Exactly.
So I could control the board a little bit more on cycle 1. Okay. Oh, I know that deck. And I know this deck. Okay.
Yeah, this is the one we did yesterday for the first game.
Yep. So you're going to combo in turn 1 again?
We'll see. We'll see. I hope so.
I hope so too. Oof. Okay. This might be a little bit of a scary start because I can right away have an extra score.
Yeah, that's pretty solid.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so I think what I have to do here is I'm just going to start with the Disintegrate to
Makes sense.
get rid of
Yeah.
it.
Makes my life a little bit more difficult.
Good. That's what I had hoped.
Oh gosh, what do I play? I guess a Posse Master in the same lane.
All right, so I think this is the move. So I'll play a Chaining Ice Crusher, so I can play level 1 spell for free, because I played a spell
Yeah.
first. And I guess we're going to go Grave Pact, just wipe the board.
Okay. Clear the board.
Alright.
Pretty solid.
Hmm. So I think what we're going to start with here, I'll go Nova Elementalist,
Here it goes.
and I'm going to play the Rumble Spark. We'll go here.
There.
Right? Yeah, that's where I want to go.
So my main goal right now is just to flip Nexus Core.
I get that.
So I can either deal potential. Well, no, because if you had Dark Heart, you'd play Dark Heart first. So I think I'm just going to have to accept the damage and pretend like nothing matters. Um, so if that's the case, we're going to have Yeti Warcaller into you.
Alright. So what I'll do is I'm actually going to replace the Nova Elementalist with
Uh-oh.
a Uranti Elementalist.
Oh no.
And I'll Dreadbolt your Yeti Warcaller.
So it didn't matter what I played.
Alright, and then to you.
Synthetas.
Oof. You got them both out.
So we'll play Gizmo there because that's actually important if I play Gizmo there.
Yeah. All right, so you'll take
Um,
4.
yep. So I'm done 46. Now if I draw Summoning Master, I just flip Nexus Core.
Hmm.
So Summoning Master.
Yeah.
Spell Sprite. And this doesn't really matter where it goes. Nexus Core gets flipped now. And to you.
Oof. That was solid. All right, so what are we doing here? I think I've got to start with this and then see what happens. So I'm going to play a Camouflage Shambler.
And
Then I'll
plus
pass to
Shambler. Oh, I can just fill up my board. So I cannot kill that. Interesting. Oh no, I can potentially kill that. Okay, so we'll go for the attempt to kill Shamble. So Flame Shaper Savant.
Mhm.
It's a mage, so I get another spell sprite there. Because I replace something, I get a gizmo.
Yeah,
And then I have 2 triggers, so both to Camouflage Shambler.
good stuff.
And to you.
So let's see. I think the Shambler is going to do what it needed to do. I need to get rid of
Well,
this
if it's off
Sylph.
the if it dies during
Oh no,
combat.
but I have an answer before
Oh, okay.
combat.
Okay.
I'm just debating what I want to get rid of.
I
I
just
think,
wanted to confirm.
yeah. All right, so I think at this point, if I play this, I get rid of that. Then I hit. So that'll die. This will flip. I kill. Yeah, so then I do have to make it this that I kill, I think. So then I flip that and then we're good. Alright, so I'm going to play Stampeding Mangasaur here. I'm going to deal 5
Okay.
damage to my Elementalist. I'm going to deal 5
Yep.
damage to the Gizmo there. So the
Goodbye,
Elementalist
Gizmo.
is going to die, so I gain 1, you lose 1. That'll flip this.
Yep.
Which I'm going to throw this here.
Okay.
And that's what we got. So these will trade.
Hmm.
This will take 1. I take 3.
Yep.
And then we have a Shamble trigger. I gain 1, you lose 1.
Yep. And then I have a Nexus Core trigger.
Yes.
So this goes into a gizmo. This goes into a gizmo.
Good stuff.
Mhm. All right, let's see if I get it.
Hmm.
Not yet.
How are we going to do this? Hmm. That's not exactly what I want. Although, I do. This first. No, it's not worth it. I think we have to start with. If I do that though, you just do that, which does that, which does that. So this is worthless for basically the rest of the game.
Yeah.
I assume you know what I'm talking about.
No, I don't know what you're talking about. I'll
um,
pretend like I do.
See, these two together, once you get them going, it just makes it real hard. I think what I have
Mhm.
to do to start is I need to get rid of that one. So I think I'm going to start by activating my ability. So I'm going to deal 4 to that one and I gain 4. And then I'm going to play a What's in Colossus
Let's
here.
see.
And
Okay.
then 2.
That. I don't like what you did.
Oh, I don't want you to be able to replace stuff in that lab.
Why is that? I don't know why. So I have kind of two choices. Um, I was going to do that, but you killed that. I kind of want to do that. Oh, interesting. Well, since you killed it, I mean, I'll just change the lane since Ted's lab is.
Yeah, it's reasonable.
And I get a gizmo, and it doesn't really matter if it's an empty lane or not. Nope, doesn't say if it's an empty lane. So we'll just replace this gizmo,
Mhm.
and two more will pop out out of thin air.
All right. Is that it?
Yep, that's it.
So I guess what I'll start with a Dreadbolt on that gizmo. So this gets 1, 2,
Get that
3,
gizmo.
4. Then I
Oof.
will mobility this one lane to here.
Okay.
And that's what I got.
Yeah, keeping that lab open a little scary.
Yeah,
And you're
like,
playing around Ice Storm,
exactly.
which is very convenient because I have Ice Storm in hand.
Oh no.
uh, do I still just Ice Storm? I think I still just Ice Storm. So I'm going to Sculptor,
Mhm.
and this has 4 armor. Because I just want to get rid of the Shamble. I can't get rid of the Shamble. What am I doing? Oh, no, I can. Or at the cost of 7 life.
What's life in a combo like this?
How greedy do I want to be with my free spell? Weekends convinced me to be greedy. We'll be greedy.
Yeah, it's reasonable.
Don't get the +3/+3, but that's okay.
All right, so you'll take
Um,
3 here.
10 in total.
We'll take 10 total between those
Yep.
two. This will take 2. That'll die.
Oh,
Hmm?
oh, I see what Weekend was saying. Okay. Yeah, better play. Weekend had a better play than me.
Oh
This
no.
guy dies. He was saying to use Steel Rosetta's ability to upgrade Duplication Dome to level 2, and then becomes the deploy is a play a free deploy creature, which would have been Shield Bearing Sculptor, and then I'd still get Ice Storm.
That's true. Like, I definitely think that's a solid play. I guess the one thing about it is if you save your enhance, you could potentially combo off right here if you just play out your
Just because it's already in that
yeah,
lane. Yeah.
exactly. So that's the only thing I would think of is if you yeah, I would just almost want to save the enhance because if you get Flame Shaper Savant here, you play the Savant, you immediately enhance, and then you win the game right on the back backflow or whatever.
It could go either way, I think.
Yeah, I think
But
that's the hardest thing. But it's like I guess
mhm.
I could see the argument about not doing it, but I could also see the argument of doing it because you get the extra spell too, which would be huge.
And I think I'm fine with this. I mean, Duplication Dome just helps me be greedy later.
Yeah,
So
I get it.
that's a plan for later, but it's not not a good play right now.
Did we get the Savant?
I wish.
Oh, okay.
We did get something else though. That's a lot of fun. But I'm probably not gonna play it yet. I don't think. I kind of want to save that. We don't want to deal with Rumble Spark. So I think we're going to Arrogant Caller, just move Shield Bearing Sculptor there.
Yeah.
Nice to you.
Hmm. Now let's see how we want to do this. Um, be that. It's a slightly unfortunate hand, so I'd say the best move here. Like I need to upgrade this card, but I also maybe it's just this.
The other trick is we have a 50-50 shot in drawing Savant next turn.
That is true. So let's see. So if I keep there, that's okay. If I go, I don't care. But the moving the lanes is actually pretty solid for you, being able to do that. So I almost need to deal with the caller. So I think the first thing I'm gonna do, probably this. That's unfortunate. I'd rather play this card, but I think I gotta play this card. So let's go. Yeah. That actually deals with that a little better, so that I don't even have to block it.
I
But I'm
don't
gonna.
like hearing that.
Although I feel like that's almost not worth it. Yeah, that's just not a good play if I go for that. So what we're gonna do is start by playing. We'll hit those. That'll be fine. That'll be more damage. But that'll deal. Alright, so I'm starting with a Spirit Reaver.
You're a Reaver. Okay.
And I'm debating what name I'm gonna say, or if I'm gonna say anything yet.
Uh, you should name zombies or elementals.
You're right. No, that's a good call. Um,
Warriors?
yeah, not a bad idea. I think I might actually save naming it. That way you have to deal with it if you want to. Um,
Mm.
yeah, as much as I hate it, I think I just pass here.
I can actually deal with it. It's
Yeah,
just a matter if I want to.
that's what I'm saying. It makes like if you
Um,
deal with it because I didn't activate it, I don't feel as bad. You know what I mean? Like no matter what, if I said robots, both your robots are gonna die, whether or not I activate or not. If I say mage, it's not gonna make that much of a difference if I do it right now. So it's like
mhm.
I'm almost using it as bait, even though I'm just telling you that, so it's not much bait anymore. Although it makes you have to make a decision.
It does make me have to make a decision,
And that was my
which
goal
is,
here.
yeah. So I think I really, I'm really focused on that Shambler just because it scares me. Knowing that can flip Rumble Spark if there's a chance. So I'm going to play Madden Winter.
Hmm.
So I can pretty much clear whatever I feel like.
That is true.
I'm going to activate Madden Winter and I'm going to destroy the Shield Bearing Sculptor to deal 6 there
Yeah. So this transforms.
because that will
And hold on, let me. Oh,
triggers come off.
I'm sorry. Is so then that does it. This immediately flips, and I think I'm going
And
here.
then Nexus Core Prime trigger, where place the one on Centetas and get a gizmo there.
Good stuff.
I think that's the best play.
Is that it?
Yep, that's it.
All right. So I
As I
think,
get punished for it.
well, no matter what, I'm breaking through because of the
Mm-hmm.
Colossus.
That's
So
true.
I'm okay if this dies. Um,
I take 6
so the question
as of right now.
is, hmm, I do this on, what is he? Scientist. So that's gonna die. That's gonna die. That mage, that's there. So I think what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna activate this on mage,
Yeah.
just so I could kill that right off the bat next time. And then we're gonna play this probably there. So I'm gonna take 7, which I'm fine with. That'll live. That
Life
dies
doesn't
there.
matter.
Yeah. Alright, so I'm gonna play just a Chaining Ice Crusher. I only had 1 spell, so that was just like not great,
Oh,
but
rip.
I had to play this to level it at this point.
Mm-hmm.
Alright, so we'll go to damage.
Yep.
Alright, so this will die, yours will take 3. I'll take 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. This will take 2. You got a trigger in the back.
Yep.
This will take 2. This will die. You'll take 3. This will
And then
die. So then it's 2, and I gain 2.
2 more. So 29.
And
Gizmo
then
will go
yep,
in this lane.
and this triggers, and I'm gonna throw this.
Um.
Was the breakthrough?
Oh, because of the breakthrough. Oh
Yep.
my god, I'm so dumb today.
Let's see. If I throw this here, that kills your low winter. If I throw this here, I don't care about it being there. Although this makes you have to block it. Nah, I think I'm going. This is a tough one because it's like your thing's just gonna die. Not gonna let that live.
I do like my things die.
Well, this one is
I
gonna
like
die.
all my things dying. I don't care.
That's
That's
true.
fine.
That's true. Man. I think I put this here.
Okay.
This is bound to 4.
Or 8.
Yep. All right. Well, I guess what we'll do, we're gonna start by activating a mage.
Okay. That is actually pertinent.
Then I'm going to. Do I actually just do this first? That lets your thing live though. And it does 6. I think I just have to. Didn't you?
Um. So if you killed my Gizmo, then I would have had to start thinking about what the setup was for next turn.
Mm-hmm.
But because I saved my ability, I just win.
Yeah, I was 50-50 on playing the Dark Heart or playing the Seal.
Mm-hmm.
So I went Dark Heart because I was just like, if you have it, like, it's gonna be tough either way. But yeah, maybe I should have just
Right.
sealed and then had the disintegrate to kill your thing.
Yeah, I would have had to go. I would have had to get real creative with how I would have done it. So if you played the seal, then I probably would have played a creature in the Centetta's lane, and that would just give away what I'm trying to do.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and then well, the thing is, then at that point, I have to decide: am I going to disintegrate it or am I going to Dark Heart? It's
Yeah.
like at that point, Dark Heart was like, I need to start leveling it, but that was
Hmm.
greedy on my part because it's like the play is you got to keep removing the stuff in that lane.
Yeah. Cycle 2 is definitely, I mean, Cycle 2 with something in, well, Cycle 2 in general is dangerous, but um, with this particular deck.
Yeah, for sure. Especially because you had a 50-50 shot on drawing it. I shouldn't have
Hmm.
gotten greedy because that was me getting greedy there.
All right.
That's the thing with this deck is you can't get greedy against it. You have to just keep clearing the lab lane and then make it harder for you.
Mhm.
All right, let's reset the thing and let me throw.
Cool.
Do you want to do this one again? Do you want to do the next one?
What's the next one? W Terra.
Let's do. I'm feeling the shard back next.
Cycle 2, turn 3 for the combo seems pretty normal. It's usually during turn 2 or turn 3. I feel bad because I did it during turn 1 on you, but poor weekend. Uh,
Oh shit! Hold on. Or oh crap! I put this on the wrong side.
you're bringing your stuff over here.
Yeah, because when you reload this thing, I didn't. I wasn't thinking. Let me just grab the whole.
Yeah, get your stuff over there.
Yeah, it brought me in on the other side. All right, now we're in the right spot.
Oof. My stuff not copied. Oh, there we go.
There we go.
Um, so I believe the whole thing is like it's 49 or something percent chance to see all the cards. So you have to see Flameshipper twice, and then the other two cards, Mount the Winter and Sentential's Lab, by cycle 2, turn 3. 6% chance. But again, only 50% chance. That feels it's not fun getting combo during cycle 2, but also it's like if it only happens half the time, that's still fairly balanced. So the question then is, how do you win the other 50 at the combo in cycle 2? Ready?
Yep. Yeah, whenever you are.
Yeah, removal definitely seems like the best option. So this is just a constant ask for removal.
Yeah.
I'm on the play. I don't like being on the play.
Oh, and I should probably. So I'm playing something different. Just show off the list.
Okay, you're playing Mammoth, Flame Sculptor. Oh god, this Fury Shardbake. Okay.
Yeah, that's something where as long as I don't miss the shard back, I think that helps me a lot in this
With a
specific type of
Vid
matchup.
Icarus. Oh, I remember you showing me this list. Oh, okay. This will be interesting. Rolling Flame Sculptor. This will be interesting. Um, Tomorrow of the Winter is a deploy effect. Centetta's a spell, so it doesn't matter. Flamesheeper Adept is a passive or a triggered ability, but Summoning Master is a deploy effect. So I think we start with Duplication Jump.
It's
Oh,
reasonable.
down. Into
All right, so I think what I do, I start with a Patriarch's Binding.
yeah,
What am I going with? I think I'm going with.
definitely the Wisp.
Well, oh yes, you're right. So I'm definitely going to Gizmo at least one of them.
Spirit Synergy
But let's see. Do I go Spell
without Spirit Shard.
Sprite or do I go Zombie? I think what I do is I go Zombie here and I go Gizmo here.
Oh, choose two. Oh my god.
Yeah, that's why it's interesting. It's 2-1-2, so it's like either
Oh right, because it's the
it's two
two of the level
littles.
ones, and then the second one's one of the level 2.
Exactly.
Yep, yep, yep. I'm just gonna play Bossy Mancer.
All right. So I think what I do. I want to replace the gizmo. The answer is actually no on that.
Oh,
You play Ice Storm, so I really don't want to put those two next to each other. But yeah, I think that's still what I go with. See, that's interesting that you actually locked your Apocamancer and your Duplication Dome lane. That actually makes me feel a little better about the Dome being out there for Cycle 1.
so part of the reason of
I'm not
part,
trying to be like
yeah,
it's one of those. Sorry, you go. What were you gonna say?
uh, part of the reason why is because I'm thinking of Shield Bearing Sculptor, and I
Mm,
need a replacement on there. So that's why I put it there. And then, although Aposthumancer obviously is not going to probably see as much play, um, if I replace it with under my duplication, it does level it. It kind of sets up for future turns.
I understand.
So not it does tell you a lot this turn though.
Yes,
That it's yeah or
but
cycle one.
I guess what I'm gonna do though, I'm gonna play the vid here,
Okay.
and I'll do 1 damage to the Apocamancer.
Okay.
All
So
right,
you
so
take
I'm
three.
taking 3. Yep.
That's it.
Did I hit what I want to hit?
Uh,
I think I just level this. And see what we're gonna do after. All right. So I'm gonna play a Swamp Moss
Swamp
Lurker
Moss.
here, not free.
Not free.
And
Big
then
rip.
2.
Okay. Is that of interest? That's not of interest. Ugh. I want to be greedy, but I shouldn't be greedy.
Yeah, player Summoning Master and then replace it with itself to kill my Gizmo. No.
Yeah,
Is that
that's the play right
was that
there.
actually what
Kill
you
the
were?
gizmo.
Yeah, kill the
No,
Gizmo.
it's
Okay,
not.
so I was gonna say like,
That'd be hilarious. No,
Master's just too good though.
yeah, Summoning Master is just really good in this deck. I want to play Bad in the Winter, and naturally Nexus Core
Yeah.
always goes under Mad in the Winter.
All right, so I think I just need to get rid of the Apocamancer. Although the Winter is important, although the Apocamancer is annoying. At this point, it's just a level 1. Yeah, I think
Mhm.
I just don't want more of my stuff removed. So I'm gonna play a Stampede. So I've got a dinosaur, so I do this twice. So I'll deal 2
Or
damage
damage.
to Apocamancer, 2 damage to Apocamancer.
Yep.
And then we'll activate, I'll deal 1 to the Winter.
Ouch.
And then 2.
Thanks for freeing up that lane.
Yeah.
Let's go. +2/+2 because he has a deploy.
Yeah.
I guess we'll play a Sprite just to block some damage.
Yeah. Alright, so you'll take 4. This will die. Your thing takes. This will take 3.
3, down 2, down to 2. That's kind of scary, but I don't think scary enough. Firestorm's always a threat.
If I hit the shard back, that could also do it.
I think it's a threat. What I do. Um, God, this kind of feels bad just to play. Um, but I need to because then I get the Sprite. Flip Nexus Core. Now the game's on.
Oh, yeah. Alright, so what I'll do, I'm going to replace the Gizmo
Uh-oh.
with a Furious Shardback.
Oh no.
I will activate to deal 2 damage to itself. This gets to attack
Yep.
and deals 2 to all your creatures.
Yep.
That's not dead. That's only there you go.
Shh.
And that's at that level. And then this took 2 on the armor, right?
Uh, yep, 2 on armor.
Alright,
And
good.
then I get a gizmo somewhere. Why do I want the gizmo? I want to deal with that. Okay, activate again. So it's going to die. Oh, it might not die. Okay, so I'm just going to have to get creative. All right, let's get creative.
Alright, and then
And
do
then
I activate vid yet? I think the answer is no. So I passed to you.
pass.
Yep,
Should have activated it.
I should have.
Well, maybe not.
Vid wouldn't
I
have
don't know.
killed anything right off the bat.
Would have killed the
No, it's 1.
2A creature. So you deal to the shard back,
Yeah, that's
2 to
true.
everything. I guess you kill the spell sprite in the gizmo.
Yeah, it's just
But I guess it didn't really matter too much. Never mind. I'm just going
and this
crazy.
one's not a robot.
I am going crazy. Don't mind
It's all
me.
good.
Oh,
Alright.
it's been a day.
I feel ya.
All
Alright,
right.
so what I'll do, so if I do that, that gets rid of those. Then I guess we'll see what I decide to do after. Like this definitely wouldn't have been a bad move, is what I'll say.
No.
But I think what I want to do,
Oh,
so I
okay.
want,
I see where my mind is going. Okay.
so I want to level this the most, I think. Right? Yeah. So I'm gonna Vine Lash. I'm gonna have the Furious Shardback fight your Sculptor. So this is gonna take 1. Yours is gonna take 4,
Or so that 2 with
and then it
0
will
armor
deal
now.
a non-combat damage. So it's
Yep.
2 to all yours.
Yeah.
All right. Now what do I hit? Um, if I hit that, that's gonna deal 2 to everything, which may or may not matter. Not really. I guess if I do this for 1, that goes to 7-3. That's still gonna die. This goes down to 2. Yeah, at this point I'll just go 1 to that.
Armor.
Alright. So you'll take 4.
Yep. So 42.
Um this will take 3, this will die. Then your
And
thing
Gizmo
dies,
dies.
this takes 2.
Awesome. Cycle 2 with we're down 2 pieces.
Alright. So that's not bad. If I do that's not bad. Do this first. Then that. That. Yeah. I think I'm okay with that. Alright, so I'm gonna start by playing a Rolling Ice Crusher.
Okay.
Go to mobility 1 into the Selene, so your thing's gonna take 2.
Yep.
And then 2.
What do I even deal with here? I just put something in that name and pretend like everything's all good. Hmm. That's an interesting line. Let's try that. So we're going to throw a possum answer there.
Mhm.
Into you.
Alright. So what we're gonna do, so that's 4. I think I want this in that lane. So I'm gonna start with a free Swamp Moss.
Gross.
Then I'm gonna play a Vid.
Gross.
I'm gonna start by activate, deal 2 to the Blight Steel. That readies this because it's slate a
Yep.
creature. So I can go 2 to that, which will
It's
get
two
down
damage.
to 5. Your thing will live. Oh, it's not ideal. Then you'll be able to untap. Then you could play Gizmo to replace something to deal 5, which means you're going to be taking a lot if you go for that, which I think I'm okay with. So I'll activate, deal 2 there,
Two. Okay.
and I don't think I want to take anything there. So yeah, 2.
Oof. Okay. So no matter what, I am doing this.
Yep.
I have to get Gizmo there, and I'm going to upgrade that guy.
Mhm.
And I think I'm going to play a little risky in hopes that I just win. I'm going to play here.
Yeah.
'Cause those are the more important cards. Yeah.
Good stuff. All right.
So
So
down to 1 here. Down to 2 here. And then I take 7, so I'm down to 35. And then that takes 2,
mhm,
and I get Gizmo in a different lane, so it's
mhm.
probably gonna be that lane.
Yep, and then you get a trigger.
Which will do 1 damage,
3,
3
because you
damage.
upgraded.
Oh my god. Um, I have a chance to just blow out the Ice Crusher, and the Ice Crusher could potentially remove my Flame Shaper, so yeah.
Right, good stuff. Did you get the lab?
Nope.
All right.
I did not get the lab. I do have Ice Storm, so Ice Storm in there.
All right. So you're going 4-2-2,
Yeah,
and then you also get to deal 3 to something. So go
3 there again. So should kill the Rolling Ice Crusher and the swap one.
4, 2, and then these both die. Oops.
Mm-hmm.
What did I do? I like grouped them or
Them together.
something. How do I ungroup them?
Yeah.
There we go.
Oh.
All right. So let's see. How do I want to handle this? I think I wasn't going to do this first, but now I have to. So that at least wipes. Yeah, I can't risk you doing anything else with this board. So I think I'm in a good spot just by shard back that I'm going to throw here. And
Gross.
I'll activate it to deal 2 to itself, to deal 3 to everything. And it gets 4 attack. Alright, and then 2.
It's a good example of the what happens in the other 50% when I don't draw all my pieces. Um, can kind of deal with the swamp moss, I guess. Nothing I'm really going to do against the shard pack at this point.
Excellent.
Can bump up to 5 and bump to set 12. Mad the Winter's so good though. Yeah, fine.
That's 5, so it's at 10.
Yep.
Oh no. That actually, that being the card makes my turn a lot harder.
Good.
because yeah, that actually would then forcibly
If
also
I
hit.
had the minion, I probably would have just done Matt the Winter, but
So I have a Stampede in hand that I
oh
would have
shit.
to do because
It
I have
ignores
two
armor.
dinosaurs. I would have to do it, repeat it twice. So I would have to do 4, 4, 4, which
Hmm.
means I would have to hit one of my things once because it ignores armor.
Oh, that's hilarious.
So I almost don't want to play it, which is really funny here because it's like initially I'm like, oh, this is great. Whatever you play there, as long as it's got because I assumed it was gonna be something beefy. Um,
It is something beefy, just in a different manner.
yeah, so it's like I don't think I could Stampede because I would have to deal more damage to my own thing. So instead, I think I just have to.
Yeah, I could have played Taunting Assassin on Duplication Dome and forced the Swamp Moss to move over and just have a trade, but
Mm,
that's still like an 8/5.
yeah, I think in this situation, I'm gonna play a new Pterodon Nest instead. I'll play it. Let's
Plus
go
3/3.
here. No, here. That's actually the smarter place. I'm given something +3/+3, so if I do it here, that at least kills that next turn. But instead, it's smarter just to go.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah. All right. So your thing will take one.
Yep, that's that. So I can't combo off this turn.
Yes, that is true, which is good
That is good.
for me at least.
You, not for me.
um. All right. So what I'll do to start. Yeah, there's no reason not to activate this now. So I'll go 2 sprites. One's gonna go here. One's gonna go. Is it gonna be here? I think it's gonna be here. Then we are going to play Patriarch's Binding. I'm going to play an Oak Father here, and these each get 2 attack.
Gross.
Then 2.
Ugh, do I have to throw that out?
That's what I like to hear.
I can kind of wait. I can stall. I can stall.
Alright. So then, which one do I want to level more? I think it's just got to be this one. That kills that. That does that. Those get bigger. And this gets me a big thing for next cycle. So I'll go to Vine Lash. I'm going to have
Gross.
the Shardback fight the Sentinel. So that'll die.
Yep.
Or a strike, I mean, sorry.
Strike. Yeah.
So then you get a Gizmo.
Does that affect what I'm doing?
Well,
I'll have to block that damage.
it's gonna die anyway, because I'm gonna deal
Oh, okay.
2 to this, and this is gonna +4, and that deals 3 to all your stuff.
Yep.
And then 2.
That matters a lot. So I take 18 at minimum.
That's what I like to hear.
Wow. Okay. Yeah. I'm just gonna throw that there.
Yeah.
Um,
So you're taking 18.
so I'm down to 17.
This is gonna lose 2 attack.
Yep. And that's dead. God. That shard back is killing me.
Yeah, that's. I think anything that cares about low toughness creatures, Shardback just destroys it.
Yeah, I mean, I still have the potential to like combo out of nowhere, but also like
Hmm.
because I missed my cycle too.
That is true.
This is a hard game, and now I have to get creative with what I do. Oof, that doesn't matter. That does basically nothing. Okay, we're just gonna have to play defensive.
So that's 12.
Mhm.
Hmm. Alright, so I think what we gotta do to start. There's a card I want to play, but it's a trap, so I can't. I just have to play a Rolling Ice Crusher here. It's gonna get +3/+3 because it's a dino.
Yep.
That's gonna get destroyed. Also, something that's interesting, I noticed when I was playing Carl Testa, the Rolling Ice Crusher is the level 2 art of a creature from original SolForge. Then Furious Shardback is the level 3 art. I forget the name
Oh,
of
that's
it, but
hilarious.
it's like, yeah, so it's like I was like looking at it, I'm like, these are like the
Basically
same.
the same.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's like then I was just like, oh no, wait, was it you actually who we were playing? It might have been me and you yesterday. It was either you or
I
Carl.
don't think we played yet. No,
Okay.
I don't think we played yesterday.
So then, yeah, that's where it was like we were looking at this and it was like, oh my god, that looks similar. And then he pulled it
Yeah.
up and was like, they are the same. All right, and then to you.
Okay. Yeah, I think I'm gonna lose this game.
Yeah, I think it's gonna be tough, especially with Gale Surge here, giving everything +3.
Yeah, don't remind me.
Sorry,
Let me just live in my own little fantasy world for a
that's
little bit.
true.
I'm gonna have to block anything with breakthrough too. So that's the only thing I can do. And that's, well, even if I block there, it's 5, 10, 18. Yeah, it doesn't matter where I go.
Yeah,
That's game.
yeah, and then so the card that was the trap was the Swamp Moss,
Oh, 100%. Yeah.
and then I had the Vid. So it's like I kept the Vid in case you played like a couple small minions. I could just clear them and then Gale Surge.
And the Flame Shaper.
So you had the parts. It's just you needed to be able to replace one creature.
Yep.
Although actually, hold on. So if you were to have instead, let's say, because the shield bearing that was from this turn, right? So
Yep.
if you play the shield bearing sculptor here instead,
Hmm.
you replace the savant or the sculptor with the savant.
Then, in order to keep the combo going, I'd have to replace this Savant, and that would end the combo.
Oh, you're
Um,
right, because this would go here. This would destroy. That would end the combo.
the
Yep.
and then I wouldn't have a chance to win if I replaced the Savant.
Yeah, you're right.
So
If you had one creature left on the board, that's all you would have
yeah,
needed.
no, you did a good job clearing my board.
Yeah, that's the goal of this is just to use Shard back, use Rolling Ice Crusher. Like there's Firestorm in the deck as well. So it's like
Yeah.
this one's been performing a lot better than I expected when I put these together. Um, I do like this deck actually a lot. I'm kind of disappointed I didn't decide to play this one in the monthly league.
Let's run it back.
Yeah, let's do it.
Try to play this one again.
This time I'm gonna remember to
Yeah,
flip
don't
the.
forget to rotate.
Yeah. All right, ready when you are.
Alright, well, my plays are easy. Timekeeper, your go.
Hmm. I actually think this might be the move. I wasn't gonna play this, but I think I'm gonna. And if you kill it, you kill it. Huh. Yeah, we'll go hibernating elk here, and then 2.
I don't like that. Mad the Winter. It's
Oh, 2
only
parts.
one level 1 card,
Oh, that's a good point.
unfortunately.
So where's the damage coming?
So, do I want to deal with the elk later? Well, I mean, 2 and 1 is pretty much the same, so I think it's just 1 damage to you.
To me? Alright.
Yeah.
So then what we'll do is 3, 4, 5. So it's not worth playing there. So instead, it's my second thing. I'll play Vid.
Yep.
I'll activate, deal damage to Lewinter.
Okay.
Then we'll go to damage. So this will take. So I'll take 4. This will take 4.
Yep.
Then I gain 3.
Yep.
Hmm. Not worth it. So what we'll do here. I don't like this hand.
I like to use that.
I think we're gonna start with. I guess if I do this first, then that. It's not horrible. I'm gonna start by playing a Flame Sculptor Seal here. I'll deal 3 damage to Lewinter. And then 2.
And Starbound Vixer, and here you go.
Hmm. Stole the move, fortunately. If I do that there, then I forces you to have to block, which means that'll die. You're gonna deal enough to something. Well, it's neither of them are gonna die at least, so I guess we'll go Blitzing Adept here. I'll deal 3 damage to Lewinter,
I have the Winter.
and then I'll activate and deal 1 to the Vexer,
Okay.
and then 2.
Forcing me to make choices.
Yup.
I think we're okay going here.
Mm-hmm.
And just letting the elk through. Do I play that there? Feels kind of bad to do, but 3 damage.
Yeah. Alright, so you'll take 3. This will lose 2 attack. Yours takes 3.
Okay.
Oof.
Okay. So we hit all 3 pieces on cycle 2. Or cycle 1. So we are online. We will move, deal 3. And to you.
Hmm. How do I want to do this? I do this first. Thing flips. I guess technically if I do that first. Yeah, I guess I'm okay with that. We
A
hit
lot of
that.
plays are in the tank. A lot of thinking.
Yeah. So I missed a few key cards during this cycle. Otherwise, I feel a little more comfortable. Especially knowing that you've hit all three pieces. So now I've got to play
I'm
a
just
little
happy that I haven't
differently.
seen Shardback. So
Oh yeah, that's huge. Um,
yeah.
so I think what I have to do first, which just doesn't feel great. I'm gonna Vine Lash to have Vid fight your Gizmo,
Okay.
and then I'm gonna activate Vid to deal 1 to the Gizmo, which readies this.
Yeah. Makes sense.
Do I hit anything else? I guess we'll hit the Vexer for 1,
Vexer for one.
then 2.
That is interesting. I think I still play the same card. Yeah, I'm gonna still play Taunting Assassin. Move Vid over to this lane. And that's it for me.
How do I want to do this? So I could take 4. That'll take 1.
Okay.
I think that's okay, I guess. It's not ideal
So,
at all. Alright, so I'm going to play a Patriarch's Binding.
yep,
We'll go Zombie, Gizmo.
makes sense.
So I'm going to take 4.
Okay.
That'll take 1. This.
And
Oh, sorry, this isn't dead. This
2
one.
attack.
Yeah.
This is dead though.
Yep. Oof. Um, let's go. I'll start with this Soothing Bartok. Gain 2,
Mhm.
and then 2.
Math is hard. Okay. I think this is gonna be the play. Summoning Master, replace something as well. So we get a Gizmo and we get a Spell Sprite. It doesn't really matter where he goes. Then I can go ahead and finally flip Nexus Core.
Is that it?
Yep, that's it.
Let's see. Kind of want that dead. If I do this first, though. I think at this point I just have to race you. This doesn't feel good that your master is going to live.
Racing is also a little bit scary.
Hmm?
Racing is a little bit scary
Well,
because
it's
I'm just
tough because you could
yeah.
just try to win. So I think what I have to do here, I need to do this while I'm on the forge. And that's just got to replace that. So I'm going to start with a Patriarch's Binding with, again, Oak
Oh no.
Father, which is going to replace
Yep.
this.
Oof.
So we get
10,
plus.
10 Oak Father.
Yeah, it's going. It's gotten +2/+2 from the Bartok as well. It's getting
12,
+4/+4.
Okay.
Do I activate? That's the question. That's just gonna
Let's get
die.
it's 2 Spell Sprites.
This will be in the front at least for one of them. So I don't care about the 4 damage. Maybe I just save it for one of the other turns. Yeah, it's just there's not enough benefit to do this right now. So to you.
Okay. Still waiting on that. Master's still alive, which is nice. I think. Ooh, this is gonna hurt. Um, Goodbye Gizmo, and we're going to do 6 there. And I take 2 additional damage, so like meh. Yeah, I think that's it.
That's not a bad move. All right, so you're taking 12.
Yep, down to 35.
This takes one, that takes one. This takes one, that takes one. I take 4.
There we go. Race is over.
You got it?
Yep. And I don't need to use my ability either because the Summoning Master will just replace itself.
Yeah, because you do this, you get a thing that replaces here. Although you can't. I guess let's go through it just to make sure you have enough to actually go off right now, because you have to kill some stuff and replace some
Sure.
stuff here. So you play this. You've
Yep.
got a spell sprites trigger.
Ooh, interesting. Okay. So yeah, I have Spell Sprite trigger.
If you want to
No, I
rewind
can.
a little,
Nope, I can still. I think I can still go off here. Math is hard. So I can't place it there. So I'm going to kill this guy or replace him with a Spell Sprite
so you've got
because that's
3
pretty
damage that
important.
you could deal to something.
3 damage. Does not matter where it goes. We'll say your face.
Okay.
Then we activate my ability to upgrade something in my hand. It doesn't matter what I upgrade.
Hmm.
It's a level. Then I get to play a Gizmo. Ooh, it did matter where it goes. 3 damage there instead of your face.
Okay.
Replace this with Gizmo. Kill this with this trigger.
So the 3 though was from playing the gizmo, right?
So if I did.
So the gizmo entering off of the Forgeborn is what dealt 3 to this.
So if I did the spell sprite entering 3 damage there
Hmm.
instead of to your face, then I would
And
have it.
yeah, all right. So then let's. So I have 3 less. So now you're doing 3 more to this.
And then 3 more to that. And then replace, play, loop.
Yep, and then now you can kill, replace. So we'll go through the loop so people could just see the loop as well now that you
Oof,
have it.
that was difficult.
So,
Math is hard.
all right. So now that you have the loop, just show that off.
Yeah. So now that I've killed the spell sprite, it's 3 more damage to the spell sprite. The spell sprite has the trigger of Nexus Core Prime. So when it gets destroyed, play Gizmo in another lane. I replace the Gizmo in this lane. It becomes a forward, technically.
Hmm.
Um, and then because there's a replacement effect there, you get Gizmo here.
Yep.
Flame Shaper Savant trigger, deal 3, kill it, etc. So one of
So
the triggers will always go to the Gizmo in this lane, and then one of the triggers will always go towards your face.
yep, exactly. So the other
Huh.
big thing here is that the Mad Winter, all you had to do was just destroy using the Winter.
Yeah.
um, but yeah, the most important thing. So I guess just in general, just as like someone who's played a lot of Magic and someone has like Storm or things like that, they'll be like, "Hey, I've got the combo," and a lot of times people will just pick up and scoop, even if they may or may not actually have the combo.
Mhm.
So it's always worth, in general, just no matter who you're playing, what deck you're playing against, if there's going to be a combo of some sort, having them walk through until they could get to that repetitive loop. Just because like all the pieces were on the board, but technically, I guess if you don't do all the right stuff here because of the weird board state you
If
had.
I Yeah, if I terribly misplayed.
Yeah, for sure. But in general, like most people are gonna be like, "Oh yeah, just change the order." You know what I mean?
Mhm.
But I guess if you're playing at like an ultimate championship and your opponent's not feeling happy, they might be like, "Nope,
Yeah.
you already did it." Like no rewinds. Like I don't know how that would end up working. So that's one thing. Just in
Yeah.
general, though, it's good to have them get to the combo and not just have the combo pieces. But I'm not saying like, hey, you did anything wrong. Just as like
Because I still
someone
had Mad Winter to do it too, so it didn't
exactly.
really
Yeah.
matter.
So
Yeah.
no matter what, you had the combo on board, but it's
Mhm.
good because like a lot of times, even like some people and stuff like Magic or other games will play combo decks, but not know what the actual combo is. So then when you ask them to go through the iteration of like get to the loop, just because they're playing the deck they found online and they've never learned how to actually play the deck, they'll be like, oh, I don't know, and it's like you got to at
That's
least.
very that's that's very classical with KCI. It took me forever to learn KCI before it got banned in
Oh,
modern.
yeah, because that one was such a weird interaction where it, like,
Yeah.
messed with the stack. So, in
Mhm.
general, I think it's good practice to be like, "Here's the combo, let's go through and do the first loop, and then, hey, now it's lethal." Um,
Yeah.
that being said, it's tough because, um, you basically just need to be able to assemble all the pieces, and then as long as Oop, sorry, I don't know why I clicked there. As long as there's not anything that's going to keep you from being able to do damage. So, like for example, if you didn't have the Madla Winter, there's a chance that you might not have been able to kill your own spell sprite. So you would have had all the pieces there, but not able to like push forward enough damage. You know what I mean? So it's like there can be some situations where it might not fully work. But you were able to make that work there, especially with your enhance ability. Um, but yeah, it's tough because it's like no matter how quick you play, like in this game, I didn't hit my shard back, and the ice crusher didn't come until right now. So it was just like I didn't
Right.
have answers to remove stuff. So if it's like if you can't keep the Nexus core from flipping, it's just like it's a clock of crap. Am I gonna die, or will I live one more turn?
And
So
that's one creature plus two other minions of some kind.
exactly. And then also on my end, Carl on Testa just was like, "Hey, I thought the level 2 lab was required for the combo. So it's actually the level 1 lab or 2. It has to be 1 or 2. You need the
Mhm.
level 2 Savant and then a flipped Nexus Core Prime."
Yeah. Basically, you get two triggers for every time you iterate the loop. So, playing a Gizmo in this lane from the this thing, and then once you do that replace, you can technically play the second Gizmo, and you don't have anything in Nexus Core, so that can just go to the face. And then because something was replaced, you just start the loop again.
Yeah. So it's like really the requirement is you need to have the Savant level 2, the laboratory 1 or 2. The level 3 doesn't
Mhm.
work because it makes gizmos or megas. Then the
Yep.
Nexus Core Prime, but in order to start it, you have to destroy the creature in this lane or somehow make it so it can be like 3 health or less. Because
Yeah.
if you
And
can't
then
kill it with the Savant triggers, then you can't get going.
the other super more complicated loop in this particular deck is because I have a Possemancer. If I have a Possemancer of any kind and Flame Shaper of any kind, I can also loop that way,
Yes.
which is funny. But
Yeah, that's 100%.
mhm.
Yeah, because it's a damage from the replacement and then a damage to the face, so you don't even need to have to go destruction. It's just replace, replace, replace.
Mhm. But a Possemancer doesn't do it by itself. It continues the loop forever, uh, which is okay. It
You
exists.
you need
But
both, like you need two levels of Apocalypser. You need like the level 2
yeah,
and level 1.
I need two triggers happening at all times.
Exactly.
Though with Nanotech Disruptor, it, I can clear boards cycle three if I just get infinite thing without dealing damage. But usually by that time, I'm already good. So it can go either way.
Yeah,
It's a weird
it's
deck.
it's the thing is it's solid because if you can hit the combo like we're cycle 2 turn 2, I was at 42
Mm-hmm.
life and from a board state perspective, it was pretty even. You know what I mean? Like we were both playing creatures, like you had some bigger stuff on the board, but it was like if you didn't have the lab and the prime, like this is going to be a close game because it's like, hey, I might eventually firestorm, I might be able to hit my Furious Shard back, but it's just like it does have the safety valve of, hey, if I assemble everything, you just die, which
Mm-hmm.
is great. Like it's one of those things where the question is how quickly is this going to hit all the time. So it's like I think the first game you hit it cycle 2 as well, cycle 2 turn 3. Then the second game I was able
Like
to
that,
rush
yeah.
past. This one you got cycle 2 turn 2. I know yesterday when we were playing, I forget which deck it was, you got it in like cycle 4 turn 2. which
It
that
was this
definitely.
deck.
Yeah, I was yeah. So but was I playing the same combo? It was
I
this.
don't think you were playing as
Yeah.
a Shardback, but I was
Oh no,
playing this exact.
I was playing my corrupt drone green
Yeah.
purple life gain kind of beatdown deck, and it was like the biggest thing was it's like you kept filling the board with minions to chump my stuff. Every time I went to go destroy something, it's just you would refill the board by having the lab and the core, and it's just like you dragged it out until the very end where it's like, all right, combo time.
Cycle 4 in this particular iteration of the deck, because I have Inspire at Cycle 4, I have Summon Swarm at Cycle 4. So I could just, if for some reason I get to Cycle 4, I can
Yeah.
still win, which is my safety valve of in case I don't draw a combo at Cycle 2. So Cycle 3 is kind of, actually, Cycle 3 is probably the scariest part of this deck, is I don't, that's the chance where I die because my opponent's playing big creatures and I'm not. I am playing the same 3 cards.
All right.
So
So let's try my W Terra Charger deck. So that one is like a very much kind of similar to this, like let's battle, keep the board clear, like aggressive style deck. I'm curious because it's like the more I'm seeing, it's like you got to be quick. Almost, you need to be able to remove the board and be quick to be able to kind of beat the combo.
yeah, most decks I play just have removal constantly.
Yeah,
So, but no, it's good. I mean, I feel like the stress tests like how Shardback does. I think Shardback is still like a good response
I agree.
because it makes it hard for me to flip Nexus Core, which is pretty much the point in which you can stop the combo.
Yeah, exactly.
Double Utera Charger. There's a turnabout. A lot of stuff. Another Utera Charger. But if I wasn't
Hmm.
playing this version in which I can combo out on Cycle 4 as well, and I just was playing Cycle 2 Summon the Swarm, it it would struggle a lot more against Furious Shardback and whatnot, because once they get out of Cycle 2,
Yeah,
I don't have an answer.
I agree. 100%.
But
Mm.
the
This is a
other
weird
option,
hand.
I think Grandfathers has Nano Swarm, so
That's
it's like
huge.
have a scientist out, and then you, assuming that you have a scientist out, then you have to get um, your one combo piece. I can't remember the savant. There we go. And then the second play is still have the scientist out and play Nanoswarm, which is not exactly easy.
Hmm.
So
So I think in this game, ugh, this is tough. I don't know how I want to start this first turn against this deck with this hand. Um, I think that it's more important, I think, to hit these two. I'm going to start with a Steadfast Master and pass.
oh hey, I know that card.
I wonder from where.
Uh, I do want to remove the master at some point. I'll let you have a turn with it. Do you?
So what I'll do, hmm, just, I think it's you're just going to replace that anyway. So I'll play a Fire Fist.
Yep.
That gets me a Spell Sprite, which I'm going to put. Thing is, you just replace there. That's like the right move for you. So I'm just going to go here instead. I'll activate, deal 1 damage,
Okay.
and then 2.
Place.
Oh, nice.
Filter. Um, 2 triggers. I have Syntheta's Laboratory and a level 1 spell as
Mhm.
well. Um, this feels so dumb, but I understand that Master is kind of a strong card. So
Reasonable.
waste a nice storm on it, and then we'll place that there just to help mitigate damage.
Yeah, so this takes 2.
This takes 1. Okay. This is an interesting turn. So we have to start with Battle Winter, as per usual.
Mhm.
Not enough. Yep, that's it.
So I gotta kill this first.
Yep. Otherwise, I flip core.
Yep. Then we're going to. I do here.
Fire Saw the Ice Storm Turnabout.
I think I need to hit that out of that lane. No, not that first. We'll go. Actually, no, it is this first. Then 2.
Oof, that's a 6/6. What do I do here? I have to, I think, still play my combo pieces. I think we keep in that lane, and then I have a Flame Shooter on trigger.
Hmm?
I'm going to start working on the Arrogant Razor Tooth.
Yeah, that takes 1.
Yep, that's it.
Which one do I care about more? Leveling. If I do this, I kill both. If I do this, I kill 1. That forces you to have to. The thing is, like, that's just not great otherwise. But I think that's just what I'll do. So no matter what, I'm going to kill multiple things. Here, I could clear your board. And next turn. Yeah, I guess I want to level this for later anyway. It's like, it's not great, but that's not. It's not what I want to be doing. I kind of would rather be doing this, but I can't kill anything with it. So I'm just going to Staff of Varus on the Fire Fist, so this gets +5.
Yep.
This will
3
deal
damage to
3
any
damage
creature.
here. This will get
That makes
+2.
sense. Yep.
Alright, so this is taking 4.
Yep.
These will trade.
Clear my board.
Huh. That's wild. I think we're gonna start with this. It's not ideal. This is not a good hand.
I'm scared because I don't have Nexus core flipped.
Yeah, that's what I need to keep you off of.
Yeah.
And it's like, I could do this, and then this. But then that's not as ideal. I think part of me needs to keep this active or this active. So I think what we have to do to start is make you have to block this. It's not a great place to put it because I don't want. This just is not a great first play here.
That's what I'd like to hear.
This is. I guess it opens the door for what I want to be doing after. I'll start with an Arrogant Batter Hide in the middle. Got nothing to turn. So then 2.
Interesting. So I have two creatures that kind of have to deal with. Though taking 14 is like not terrible, which is weird to say. I think I'm just going to play Glitch Scout there and pass to you.
Hmm. So in this situation, it's got mobility, slay, upgrade a card. Question is, which of these do I care about leveling more? Probably this with this deck.
Batter Hide being in first place kind of sad.
Yeah, it's based on what I had in my hand, unfortunately. So I
Rip.
think what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna Ice Storm and then kill it with the Fire Fist.
Yep.
And then two.
So now I just choose what dies in my hand.
Basically.
um,
Man, I missed
taking
both Terra
8.
Chargers. There's two for consistency.
Oh yeah, in cycle 1. Oof.
And I missed the Rex too. I missed all three major fight
Okay.
cards.
So this one gives me a minion and a creature that survives. Because it's
Yeah.
technically a minion. But I do take 8. So that kind of sucks. But
Yeah, good stuff.
yep. And so down to 1, down to 42. So now I have to get really creative before you get an opportunity to kill it. I do not think that I got that. Actually, I did. Technically. That puts that there. I've played all my combo pieces, I believe. Yeah, Flamesheeper's not in there. So I don't need to upgrade. The only thing I'm looking at now is keeping Syntheta's Laboratory kind of with a creature. That could be interesting. Does that matter? They're good there, they're good there. That gets me a better board state. And I do have to defend this to flip Nexus Core. So we're going to activate, play a Gizmo. Kind of weird to do this, but hey, give all my robots 5 armor.
Mm.
And then I also upgrade, not that card, this card from the Steelers.
Yeah.
Really out of order, but that's okay.
Hmm. How are we going to do this? So I could technically just get rid of that. Um,
Later round turnabout and Ice Storm.
hmm.
I guess some Fine Lash could get me.
So if I activate there, Then I do. Oof. This. I don't like using this for this, but I think I have to. We're just gonna kill your Sentinel. Destroy teacher with decreased health.
Oh, yeah.
Just because of how much work you're putting into trying to keep your stuff alive. Then I'm
Yeah, that
gonna.
makes sense.
If I do that, those will trade, which will be nice.
I don't like to hear that.
And then. Or. I do this. Hmm. Man, this is a hard choice. It shouldn't be this hard, but it's just the fact that, like, again, this combo makes you have to, like, be very careful about what stays. But it's like, this isn't a minion, so I don't care about this. This I do care about. Like,
It's so weird to switch your targeting from big creature to minion.
yeah, 'cause it's like I need to
It-
keep your core offline, basically, is like one of the biggest things here. Um,
which, I mean, I guess there's some ways I could potentially
yeah, if you just play the level
flip
2
core.
lab and then you replace your gizmo with 2 gizmos,
I,
that's.
either way, I will need something to replace
But yeah, I'm
the
saying so. If you,
trick.
yeah, that's true. But the level 2 lab would do it because you just replace the gizmo with a gizmo and get 2 more,
Mhm.
and that would get you 3.
Which my job as the combo player is to try to get my combo online as fast as possible.
Yeah.
So I
Oh
probably would have
man,
played it as soon as I saw it.
that's true. That's actually really true.
So
Oh man. So like, I want to keep this around. You do just replace this. I don't like. It's not worth it. This card's also not worth it. Maybe I just level this at this point, and then we see what happens. So that's 5. So at least this doesn't live. Um, I guess technically, if I do it the other way, this still technically makes it so you have to do something. Yeah, I guess. That's like the thing is, this doesn't put me further ahead. That's the problem here. Is that none of these moves put me in a good spot.
mm,
And it's again, I have to play scared. That's the problem. Um,
as is with playing against any other combo deck,
I know. So I think
constantly play squared.
the move here is, but then you just do that. So this is the first thing I have to play. I think it's either that or this. Like, I guess I could just remove your gizmo. Maybe that's just what I have to do. And then that forces you to play something there, and then I do what I gotta do. Yeah. Alright, I don't like it, but we're gonna Ice Storm to deal 8 to this to kill it.
Yep, that makes
I don't like it
sense.
at all. It's like, it's crazy that that's the priority I have to take, that because this has not flipped.
Mm-hmm. And constantly taking 8 damage is not great.
Yeah.
um, so I can either pretend like nothing happened and keep playing through that.
Or you could just concede. No, I'm just kidding.
yeah,
Because that's if one option is to keep playing.
yeah, I'll just play the combo in the corner by myself. I don't like having opponents. um, or I can try to deal with it. I think I'm just not going to try to deal with it. So I'm going to play Duplication Dome. So I get to play a creature with the deploy effect, which is not Summoning Masters. It's a Raging Breaker. So 2, 3, and then he gets +3/+3. So he's a 6/5.
All right.
I think I have to take the damage because Centetta is going to be gone anyways, and this just sets me in like a better
Yeah,
position.
and I think at this point then I will deal 1 damage to the breaker.
Yep.
That goes to 4. Then I will. Yeah, I think this is what I gotta play, unfortunately. But then I'll take 6 and then be able to handle that after. So I'll play this Fire Fist here. I'll activate, deal
Oof.
2 to that.
Yep.
I'll take 6.
I'll take 8, so I'm down to 34.
And your thing will take 1.
Got him. We did it. Okay.
Alright, so I've got the Forge, so I actually don't think I start by killing that, because if you just play a Gizmo, I need to kill the Gizmo with the Fire Fist.
Mhm.
Um, I think that I need to start with against you. Do this first.
It's a difficult matchup.
This is hard. It's hard on, I think,
Yeah.
my end too, because it's just like I've gotta be careful. Plus, you have Ice Storm in your deck and Disintegrate in your deck.
I
But
only
if you're
have 4 spells.
Yeah, but if you're playing either of those, you're not doing your combo pieces,
Mhm.
which I'm fine with, I guess. Um, so in this situation, I think this is just what I want to play, and then we see what you do. Yeah, I'm gonna start with
Oh,
the
okay.
Steadfast Master,
Gross.
and then
Yeah.
2.
So this is why I like playing this version of the deck. Uh, Undeady for free
Yes.
into Summoning Master.
Yeah.
Replace Undeady with a spell sprite, which gives me a Gizmo in an empty lane. Flip Nexus Core, finally.
You do flip it.
Oh, okay.
All
One
right.
thing down.
So the question is now, what do I want to kill?
Oh no.
So we want to get rid of. Is it actually the Gizmo here, or is it? Because I guess at this point it doesn't matter as much. I don't want you replacing anything else. If you have the Flame Shaper, I think it's just over. Because you
Well, I
have the
have to.
Master,
Oh yeah, because I have the master. You're right.
which means it's like part of me just needs to kill that. But can I play greedy? That's the question. So the thing is, if I kill your Master, then you play your Savant, replacing that. You will start your combo anyway, because it plays the Gizmo. Oh, but you would have to play the Savant in the lane, so you couldn't combo off there.
Mm-hmm. That was correct.
Um, do I just hope you don't have it, and then try to play around killing what I need to kill? But that's not also the right way to play. So am I willing to let these two trade, is the question. The answer is probably yes. So if I do that, I kill that. So it's like, what I'm thinking of, it's like, this feels bad.
Mm-hmm.
I have a couple options, and like, because I'm on the Forge and it doesn't matter what I do, I'll just talk out loud. So I've got a level 2 Staff of Varus and a level 2 Arrogant Batterhide, and those are my two options. And I could either like pump up my Fire Fist and kill your Master, and then kill something with the Fire Fist here. I can Batterhide your Master so it can't make um, a spell sprite. when something
Yeah,
enters,
which is
but
important
then
as well.
the master still lives is the problem because these are both in the back.
Well, if you kill the master,
Like the master, I think is if I kill the master, you play a gizmo. That's also
yeah,
another problem. So then you
which
play the
just goes
gizmo, which
back to Nexus
replaces, and
4.
then
Yeah,
replaces, and then you're fine too. So it's like, I guess it's like if I batter hide the master, you can't combo this turn, but you could immediately combo the turn after if you draw the flame shaper.
yeah. So you're
So,
just betting on whether or not I have Flame Shaper in
so
hand.
the answer is at this point, I almost need to just I think empty this lane instead. Like it feels bad, but I almost need to staff to empty this lane in
Hmm.
order to make sure you can't replace something here off the bat. And then if you play a mage, obviously you could kind of start cycling. But I think at this point I have to hope you don't have the um, the savant. And if you do, it's just I think it's just over because even if you live this turn because I'm on forge and you're off forge, you could just set up to win right off if I don't go about it. So I need to
That's
disrupt
fair.
as much as I can now
Mhm.
before you go. So with that all being said, if I were to pump, I think I'm okay taking 6. I almost need to, but the thing is, you go on Forge. That's the problem. So if I deal 2 damage to the Master, you could just like everything re-goes, and then you just play the Savant if you don't have it now. So it's like
Yeah, it's a tough spot.
I'm at a
And
spot
there's
where
a
even if I were to blank anything, it just literally postpones the inevitable of just you untap next turn and win. Um, so all that being,
if I draw Savant.
yeah, if you have it or if you draw it.
Mhm.
So all that being said, I think I just have to play like you're not going to draw it because anything I do in response to it will just let my stuff all die.
That's fair.
Um, so I think if that's the case, this is going to die off my batter hide on combat. If I play this on here and kill your sentinel, then you just chump my master with whatever you replace here. Um, this is not fun. All right. So I think just to keep stuff moving at this point.
Have
Even though
to
this is
make you think.
yeah, it's just that this is tough, especially with this type of deck where I don't have a lot of like just hard removal.
And you
I
haven't
think
drawn
it's
your chargers either.
yeah. I drew one charger on the first turn, but it just wasn't the right thing to play there. I needed something with
Okay,
repetitive removal.
that makes sense.
So I'm gonna give this +5, or sorry, 10,
That's 10, so it's 18.
and I'm gonna kill the Sentinel. I don't like it, but that's what I'm gonna do. Then I'm gonna activate here, and I'm going to just do 2 damage to your master.
It's master. Okay,
Yep.
I think that makes sense.
That way I could untap, and if you don't have the Savant first or second, the Master's going to die. If you
Mhm.
don't have the combo, then whatever's in this lane is going to die from the Batter Hide. I think it's just this will set me up the best for if you don't draw the pieces. But
Well,
so this is the first game we're playing. So grandfather just asked what's the win-loss record. This is the first game with this match. So I played my Furious Batterhide, or sorry, Furious Shardback deck. We went 1-1 on that. Um, we played my Nova Elementalist deck. Yesterday I won the match. Today he won the match. So we've done 1-1 basically on those.
it's been
Um,
fairly even.
and then today, what was the other deck we played? So yeah, today it looks like I'm 1 and you're 2 right now, which most likely about to be 3.
Yeah, if I can get it. I think I'm gonna play Arrogant Caller. Um, because I do not have the card that allows me to win. And then I'm just gonna move this here because I need to block that 18 damage.
Yeah, that's what I had to set up for.
Mhm.
All right,
Which is unfortunate, but
so
it
this
is
will
what it
take
is.
1. Your thing dies here,
Yep,
and this
which is
takes one,
important.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6. All right, so at least I lived through this turn, and I don't think you auto win right off the bat.
So,
You could move something into another lane, and we'll see what happens.
so I do win off the bat.
You do one off the bat. Oh, the caller's a mage too, so you should have gotten a.
Oh yeah. It doesn't really matter where that mage. Or wait,
Did you actually have an empty spot on the
no, I
board
didn't.
before? Would have you replaced anything with the spell sprite?
Or technically, I would have gotten that there and then still have my 6-2.
Yeah. Do you want to do that?
It doesn't matter. Um,
All right. So you have the 6/2. This only takes one
but
instead.
I
One, two,
think
three,
is
four,
this a May
five,
effect?
six.
It's a May effect, so I would have still not. I would have chosen not to play it
Okay.
and then done that.
All right. So now you activate this. You move.
So I move this here.
Yep. Then you have the
Flame
savant. Yep.
or replace Summoning Master with a spell sprite.
Yep.
Get a gizmo. Deal 3 to the gizmo. It dies. Replace spell sprite with gizmo.
Hmm.
3 to your face.
Yep.
Get the gizmo again.
Yep. And then you
3
got it.
damage. Yep.
Yeah. That was one of those things where I think no matter what I did there, you had it.
Yeah, I had to play Arrogant Caller in order to set up for that turn.
Yeah.
So
Oof, that was close. I like if you didn't hit the savant there, I think I make a little bit of a comeback. But
you
you
would
still,
have one whole cycle to make a comeback, basically.
yeah. Although you could start wiping my board with your nano
I could.
disruptor. Oof. You want to run this one
Yeah.
back just to see if I hit the Utera charge if it makes a difference?
Yeah. Let's run it back. Okay.
It's crazy. So that was cycle 3, turn 1.
That was cycle 2, turn 3.
Cycle 2, turn 3. Yep.
Mhm. So it's like I have to win cycle 2, otherwise you get a whole cycle to run wild.
Yeah. And I guess the
Because I don't have any support
mhm. and
outside of just wiping your board.
I think the part that's hard about playing against it as just like an opponent. Granted, I'm not necessarily like I guess even if you're playing like a green purple life gain deck or anything like that, it's just like no matter how much life you have, no matter what your opponent's life total is, it's just if they hit all the pieces, which really two of them stay on the board permanently. So if they hit the whatever it's called, the savant, it's really
Mhm.
could just end right there. So it's like that's the part where it's like you got to keep the Nexus core from flipping as long as possible, or hope that they don't draw some of the pieces.
You did pretty good. It was up to like cycle 2, and then I just drew. Well, because you damaged my creatures, I was able to get Undead Evil Summoning Master and just win.
Yeah, for sure, for sure, for
So,
sure.
which is specific for this deck, and honestly, I wouldn't have bet on me drawing that. So, we'll start with everyone's favorite card. With you.
All right, so I'll go Charger and kill that,
Okay.
and then two.
Um, could do that. I don't want to. I think I just play Possumancer there.
I think. Do I care about taking the 3? Not really, but I still think this is the best card to play just to put some pressure. Although you just replace one thing and this dies, so maybe not. This at least lets me block some stuff. Um, fill the lanes. I think it's just more of let's do that. And I have the Forge then, so I could try to hopefully draw my other Terra Charger or something that fights. Yeah, let's do a card that's going to put a little more pressure, I think. So I'll go Arrogant Batterhide. I'll just throw that to the back and it loses its
Sure.
abilities. Alright, and then damage, nothing happens, and then,
Defender. Yeah.
yep.
Forget that Batterhead gives Defender.
Mm-hmm. Oof. So if you play that, that's not great. I think I have to play this during this turn. Maybe I just start with this to get that off the board to force you to have to deal. Yeah, I think that's just the plan here. I'm gonna Vine Lash these two so they trade.
Yep. Makes sense.
Then two.
I'm gonna play Mad the Winter. And you?
Yeah, it's tough when you hit them on the first cycle. So it gives you a lot more time to build the minion stuff too.
Yeah.
So I think I have to play the Armored Rex.
Big
Then two.
boy.
Well, what am I doing? There we go. I was trying to move
You
the,
good there?
yeah, I was trying to move the armor in the middle. It was for whatever
uh,
reason I was OCDing about it.
I want to prevent damage as much as I can. I think because I'm at 50 life, I'm still okay with taking 8. And this keeps a creature on the board. So, Venerable Giant. It
Yep.
exists.
All right.
And I take 8. So I'm down to 42. Okay, what am I doing here? That is important. That's asking for trouble if I do that. Okay. I'm gonna play Flame Shaper Savant into you.
Yeah, so we just have to do this. I'll start with an Ice Storm to kill the Savant and do 2 to that. But you've hit all 3 pieces during the first cycle, so this is not looking good for me. All right, then to you.
Hmm. I still need to flip core. Wait, flipping core right now. You did play Ice Storm, so I think I can just play the Spell Sprite there and just accept my fate again on 8 damage.
Yes, then I just have to kill the Master. I'm willing to take damage to do it. I can't do it. I guess technically I could do it with this, and would I rather have this out is the question. If I do this, that's 2. This takes 1, and I do 1 more. This is more important to level, so I guess this is what we're doing. This puts a little more pressure, but that doesn't matter as much. Yeah, so I'll Fire Fist. I'll activate,
Okay.
deal 1 damage to the Master. Then
Yep.
we'll go to damage. So I'm going to take 1 here. I'm taking
And then
11. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6,
4
11.
and Master's down to 1.
So we're cycle 2, turn 1. Is this what I'm doing first? Is the question. Probably. So that at least keeps that from flipping off the bat. Do that. Those there. Then. Yeah, so I guess I have to Ice Storm first to go 8/4/4.
That is really, really good.
Then 2.
This is kind of self-solving. Yeah, this is self-solving. So Centena's Laboratory dies. Replace this with the gizmo. And then I get 2 more gizmos because it's the level 2. Actually, I should probably put it there. Flips.
Oof, man, I wiped the board, or almost wiped the board, and still.
Yeah.
Alright, so now all you have to do is just draw your Savant, and then it's over. I do that, you then just get that and fill the board. See, and this is where it gets tough for me as the opponent, because you have the level 2 lab. So every
Mhm.
time I kill anything in this lane, it's like you get just 2 more
Yeah,
gizmos
I
to
basically get
replace.
3 lanes covered. That'll
Yeah, so that's worthless for me to
it's
deal
since
with.
cores flipped, you just have to focus on the Synteta's laboratory
Yeah, it's
lane.
exactly. And
Yeah.
what I have to do then, let's go. So you just replace that, and then your whole board's full.
Mhm.
So I'm gonna at least try to mitigate a little bit. We'll do Arrogant Batterhide.
Mm.
We'll make that lose its abilities.
Oh no.
I'll activate, deal 1 damage to. It's not gonna be that one. We'll just do this one.
Okay.
So this goes to 1, and then I'll pass to you. No, actually, hold on. Do I actually waste my ability here? You know what? Screw it. I'm just gonna waste my ability here. I hate that.
That actually changes my decisions,
Yeah.
potentially.
Actually, give me 1 sec while you think, because I just need to run to the bathroom real quick.
Sure.
Alright, I'm back.
Okay. So I have an incredibly risky line,
Alright, let's see it.
or I have the safe line. But I don't think you have a lot of breakthrough. And because you don't have a lot of breakthrough, I guess you have some direct damage. You have a Seer Mecha Mage. Yeah, not too much. Firefist Guarantee. That's not going to be. You're not going to just deal casual 20 damage to me. So we're going to go to the risky line. So we're going to also pop my ability
Yeah.
to re-get this lane. And then I'm going to upgrade Disintegrate, not like it matters. And then put a Possumancer there.
There. Interesting. Oh, I guess because
So
it's gonna be able to stealth over.
so the trick is, right, if I draw Flameshaper Savant, I replace there.
Hmm.
That gives an Possumancer trigger. That kills this gizmo and starts the loop.
That makes sense. That's a good
So
call.
I think that's the best
Yeah,
choice.
that's the right
As
place.
weird as it sounds.
No, it makes sense.
So
I respect it.
yeah.
Alright, so this will
So I
take 2.
will. Oh no, that doesn't replace because this dies.
Oh, so here, if you want to change your plan.
Ooh. Right. I didn't think about that. So in that case, I would just disintegrate it.
So it's a level 1 disintegrate, right?
Level
Because
2
you
because I activated my
upgraded.
ability.
Oh, does it go to
From
your
my
hand?
ability.
Oh yeah, to your hand. Yep. And then you
It did
disintegrate
raise
the
to my
level
hand.
2. Then
Yep.
you have your. You put the silver back here, right?
The yeah, the level 3 aposimeter. It's back there.
Cool.
So yeah.
So you
Oh,
disintegrate.
that's yeah, the batter height.
All right. Good stuff. Hmm.
Ooh, I probably shouldn't have used my ability. Ugh, that's a killer. That was too greedy. That was way too greedy. Alright, team.
Hmm. I think I have to do this first. I'll do this in the middle, I guess. Or if I do it here. Yeah. So I'm going to play a new Terra Charger.
Oh no.
I'm going to have it kill
Yeah,
that one first. It's taken 2. Then I'm going to
that
kill
makes
this
sense.
one. Do I actually kill that one? Hold on, because then that puts something here
Hmm.
that lets you replace. So maybe I just instead just do the 2. That's a tough choice, because like, I don't want you to be able to replace in that lane. So maybe I just hit this, because this will die.
Yeah,
Right? Yeah, I'll hit this,
good
and
time.
we'll then 2.
Still a high enough life total. I mean, sure, I guess. See ya.
Let's go to Slay there. Now let's upgrade a car, which I guess is fine. Um, need to play this.
I don't like hearing that.
So what I'll do, I'll play the Armored Rex. One's got 4. I'll deal 1 to you. And then that's what I got. So these 2 will trade. You have a Slay trigger. Then I take 2. Alright.
Oh, I could have protected that lane. Right. Okay.
The problem here is that like I can't kill that gizmo.
Yeah.
That makes it so much
Um,
harder for me on this turn, because I think what I just have to do here is play this just to give it plus attack and defense. Yeah, so I'm going to play a Stout Rex here. It's going to get +2/+2. And I'm not going to have it battle on anything.
okay.
And then 2.
Yeah. I'm gonna play something master. Spells right there.
Cool.
And two.
Let's see. So we got to kill something. You'll get some replacements, but I think that's fine. This is the only way that's going to die. So I'll play an Arrogant Razor Tooth. This is getting +2/+2. It'll fight your master, so it's going to take 4.
Yep.
And then there's no reason to, but I'll still just activate, give my stuff
Okay.
aggressive. Then I'll activate here, and I'll deal 1 to your face.
That makes sense. I think we're in the clear still. No, we're not. We're not in the clear.
And then 2.
Mm. So would that have mattered if if I originally played the robot there? No, because of the fact that the Rexes are out, and I can't do anything about the Rexes. Okay. So then my only hope is that's going to die. Yeah, we're going to run it out and hope for the best. um, guess he should probably go in a lane in which protects me from some damage. I can't clear the armored Rex. I don't think I have a good way of dealing with that, so I'm just going to accept the 9.
So
Yep.
you're playing it there. Hold on.
Yeah,
Are you
I
sure?
think so. Well,
Oh, because you can't play it in the laboratory lane. Otherwise, you can't combo.
correct.
So it's gonna be like, oh, you get 2 gizmos, but then your combo ends there.
I
So
only have a level 1 Ice Storm, so it didn't really matter if I brought his health down by 3.
yeah,
So yeah, it's kind of like I
that's
can't do
it's.
much
I get it
there.
because you have to
Yep.
run it out at this point.
Yep.
All right. So yeah, I guess you'll
I'll
take
take
9.
9,
I'll
23.
take 2. This will take 1. That's
My
dead.
guy dies.
So the question
Yep.
is, can you get there?
Yeah, that's the question. These guys are at full health, so that sucks. Did I draw the right cards? Did not draw the right. Oh, wait. I did draw the right cards, yeah.
All right, let's see it.
So I play Madla Winter here,
Okay.
activate, destroy this gizmo, replace Madla Winter with a gizmo.
Hmm.
So I have a trigger. So it's 3 damage to your face.
Yep.
Get 2 more gizmos. I guess I'll kill a Razor Tooth. And then kill this gizmo,
Yep.
replace gizmo, and just fill the board. There's the
Yeah,
loop.
that'll do it.
Oof.
Yeah. So if you didn't have the forge there, I just charge her to wipe
I
the board.
think I think in order to make you not able to react, it was quite literally Mad the Winter.
Yeah.
That was the only way, because I did have the level 1 Undeady, but that doesn't
Although,
help,
yeah, I see what you're saying.
because both my Gizmo and my Flame Trooper Savant were. Um, I guess I did misplay. I should have used Nanotech Disruptor that
Hmm.
turn.
Although I guess in this situation as well, if you just play the undeady here,
Mhm.
you can do the 3 damage to your gizmo, which will then replace the undeady and let you get going too, because it's a level 1.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you had
Oh,
quite a
yeah,
few
you're right.
ways.
So I did have a couple ways. You're right.
Yeah. So you cycle 3, turn 1. That's not too bad.
Mhm.
I guess it's better
No.
than cycle 2, but still, I guess it's just one of those situations where it's like you can't respond. Like if I had the forge, I guess technically I could have tried to kill the savant, but like it's still it's tough. Like what I will say is, as an opponent against it, it's like no matter what you do, if they can hit these both, especially in cycle 1, it's just really hard to keep the pace because you have to spend so much effort going through trying to kind of kill the
Mhm.
stuff in those lanes. But when it's the two together as well, it's like you can't kill anything in this lane anymore. Otherwise, you're gonna just completely keep filling the board. Um, so I guess if you want, I'm curious. Like, do you have time for more? Or are you getting close to done?
I can do one more.
I feel like it might be good to try the Nova Elementalist one more time because
Sure.
I feel like that's one that that's one that a lot of people can potentially build because it's a little bit more common. I think
Mhm.
that the Furious Shardback deck has a little bit of a better pairing because it could try to continually wipe the board if you hit the Shardback.
Well,
Um,
Furious Shardback is also like a common.
Yeah,
So
but I feel like it's
depends on
still
the
just
decks.
like being lucky to get one. Like
That's
I've
true.
I've opened a lot of displays and I didn't open any. I actually got this one off eBay, the one that I got. Um, let's see. So let me go back to use decks. And I think the biggest thing was so after playing a handful of games against it, um, if it didn't have enough of a way to resiliently fill the board in addition to having the combo, I
Mm.
think it would make it a little bit more easy to play against. I think the hardest part is that you can just basically fill up the board every turn as long as you have the lab out and the prime. That way, it's like even if
Yeah,
it's just like it lets you stall until you hit the combo. So it's like you
which
can,
if we want to keep the combo like alive, I guess. The easy or one thing that can be done is just like Nexus Core Prime takes more minions to flip.
yes,
Because then it's not self-solving with Syntheta's lab anymore.
that is true, but I don't know. I feel like it's hard to just errata the card to say something different because then people,
No, that's a very large cost.
yeah,
I think right now it's either going to be there's going to be a couple ways that go about it. In this case, this I mean, I'm not really sure what the easiest one is going to be.
yeah. But I guess,
Outside of maybe adding rules, but like the summoning two minions, um, or not being able to replace the creature with the deploy effect might be, but even then,
yeah.
it's difficult.
So Ankh Gaming just came up with a suggestion that's not bad, and it's if
Mm-hmm.
Nexus Core needed to allow it to go into an empty lane, like the lab did,
Mm-hmm.
I think that could at least that's a really good point. That
That
might
was
balance a little bit.
that was one that grandfather suggested as well,
Yeah,
and that's a known suggestion from that Shadow knows about everything.
yeah.
Um, I'm shooter. You go.
Oh, Neck Revive, and then two.
Yep. Um, we're going to not play taunting. We're going to play this guy because he gets armor.
Yeah.
Um,
So it is to have stealth
so he
though.
just,
I don't know if that makes a difference to you of what you play.
nope, it does not.
All right, so you'll take three.
Yep. So there's a few ways to think about it, and I mean, until we get like a great, I was talking to Weekend about potentially using, if it didn't continuously fill the board as much, using Ator to move exalts to different lanes could be
That's
helpful.
true.
And Ator doesn't really see a lot of play either. So
hmm It might start if this ends up being a thing. But I guess
yeah,
the other part that's interesting about this is that there's not many decks around that have this kind of combo together.
no.
So it's like it might be like two or three people because it's kind of rare to get the Soulbind with the exact cards you need, which I guess is Soulbind plus Lab, which is a rare. If Lab was a common, it would be a little bit easier.
Mm.
So it's like there's not going to be a ton of them out there, which also can make a difference in terms of if this will be kind of
Yeah,
a
and it
boogeyman
could
or
also
not.
potentially, if like they decide to have more interactions with exalts in set
hmm
3, then yeah, I don't mind having a dominant deck for one set. I mean, that was the
Oh,
same
yeah,
for with Alpha with Purple Green Life Game. Like that
that's
was
true.
what you played.
Although I guess the only downside is if there's only a few of these decks out there, and then like obviously with Ultimate Championship, so they'll level out of the local scene pretty quick, I think.
Yeah,
But it's just it could potentially be like, all right, let me run this through three Ultimate Championships, get like
and now you
the
have it as
bigger
gold.
prizes, you get gold. But then if you get to gold, that gives you a buy at Worlds,
Mhm.
or multiple buys at silver events as well. I think it is. So it's like it could give you an advantage. It will stay in the competitive scene at the higher levels, but I guess at the end of the day, maybe that's okay. Like,
Well, like once the silver's out, there's maybe like what? So far, there's only been one or two silver events per in alpha from
Yeah,
alpha.
true.
So if there's only like one or two silver events, then it might not be so bad.
That's true.
So
Hmm.
it could go either way.
And I don't like not leveling this card. But in this match, I think I need to be pushing as much damage as I can.
My partner is bringing a very angry cat to me.
Oh no. Alright, so I think what I'm going to do here is play. I don't like not playing this, but I think this gets me more of a setup for next turn. I'll play a Thundersoar.
Thundersoar is interesting.
This is probably the first and only time I will be playing this card in this deck. Or actually playing it out.
Oh my god. Oh, I could do something funny, but it's
Do it.
not the good. No,
Are you
it's a
going
bad
to
play.
disintegrate it?
Yeah, that was the bad play.
Yeah.
Such a terrible play. Um, I'm going to replace this Gizmo. Um, just because it's
Yeah.
free to do so. We're playing a red half Nova. Oh, this one. Okay. In that case, it doesn't matter if they're together. Yeah, that's fine.
Alright, so I gotta do 9 to that. Am I okay with my Shambler dying with your thing living is the question. Because I could get rid of that instead. That'll deal 5, and then next turn it'll be primed to kill that. So 6. That'll put it to 1 though.
Even without the combo, this blue half is
It's a
nutty.
it is a really strong blue half.
Jeez.
See, I was not banking on you playing something with that much toughness. So I think that is the most. Oh no, that and the Vexer. The Vexer could have been big too. All right,
Um,
so let's go.
Stout Sentinel, or not Stout Sentinel, Stout Prophet could be bigger too.
Yeah, I think I'm okay
Trying
doing
to
this
think.
on that. This will go to 1. It'll give you a
That would
chance to
be
kill that.
8.
You've already
Yeah, the
played
rest
your
would be 8.
Savant. I kind of want this. I need this to live. It's more important that way, I think. So I'm going
Okay.
to play the Stampeding Mongosaur still.
Oh.
I'm going to deal 5 to this.
Okay.
This gets 5. And I think I have to just deal the damage there.
Yeah, makes sense to me.
All right. So this will take 2. That'll die. This will take 6.
And this
Yours
will
takes
go out
5.
for
1,
yeah.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Then I gain 1. Oh, no, I don't. Nothing died.
And I take nothing.
Yes.
Wait.
Nothing. Oh, no, you
No, I
took 3.
should have
That's what it
taken
was.
3.
You
Yep.
took 3.
Oh man. Okay.
All right, so now it's on my half. Right, let me look through your yard real quick.
Yeah, go for it.
Yeah, so I think what I do. No, that would actually be bad to play this first. If I do that, oh, I just would have to replace. Or maybe I do this first. No, I think I still want to play this. So then you can't kill it.
I don't like hearing that.
Then that goes there.
I want to kill stuff.
You do have Ice Storm though. Ice Storm's a card. So maybe I just.
And only 4 spells in this deck. I've already played, or I guess I've had 2 of them already.
Am I willing to play like you don't have Ice Storm? Or do I play like you have Ice Storm? That's the question. I think I actually think the smarter move is playing like you have Ice Storm. And to you.
Okay. That is a card. So you're probably going to flip. And I don't think I can do much about it. Yeah, I'm still going to run up Mad in the Winter.
Yeah.
You?
And the lane placing here.
So we got two pieces. Now you got to flip Nexus Core. It doesn't really matter if Flame Shaper because I can just upgrade it when I see it in cycle 2.
Yeah.
So
So I think what I do here, and you've hit all 3 places, right? Because you hit the Flame Shaper Savant already.
oh yeah, I did.
Ugh, man, I need that's the thing where it's like I need you to not hit some of these pieces. Although you can upgrade at least one of them anyway with the enhance, so you're still in a good
Yeah.
spot. Although I'm gonna
Yeah,
at
so I just
least,
need to see really 2 of my cards in cycle.
yeah,
Well, actually, I only need to see 1 card in cycle 1. I just need to see Mad Winter.
yeah. We do the Elementalist. Play this
Yep.
here. I gain
I
2,
took
you
it too.
lose 2. This we'll then grab this here. This goes 1, 2, 3. All right, so we'll go to damage. You take 7, 8,
I
9,
still have
10.
my
Oh, sorry,
turn.
you're right. What am I doing?
Yeah, how dare you?
I'm just like pushing so far ahead in my mind. Like, I gotta get
I'm
damage
good.
in.
Yeah,
I'm trying to swindle you.
it's all, it's all good. Um, no, because Dark Art exists. So this goes over there. This then hits that for 3.
Yeah. So I
Um,
gain 1, you lose 1.
unfortunately. All right.
All right. So
Now we go to damage.
this your thing will take 3. Mine will
Yep.
die. You take 4.
So I'm down to 37 there.
These will trade.
Trade.
So I gain 2,
Nothing
you lose
happens.
2.
Yep. 35. Oof. Cycle 2.
Hmm.
This is interesting. Okay. We'll see what happens. So now I have to do math again. Need there.
Grandfather was like, "Do I want to play against
Oh.
his now that I've played against your Infinity Gauntlet?" Yeah, I want to try yours as well, grandfather.
Oh, this might suck. Oh, okay. Oof. Okay. Um. So the problem there is I need. Wow. I need 2 of my pieces. Or I need 2 cards to actually activate my combo. But the problem is I can't. I don't because Nexus Core is not flipped. I cannot activate combo.
Hmm.
Wow. Okay.
That's good. I like to hear that.
Yeah. So because if I play Mad the Winter here, I can start replacement. I think I do play Mad the Winter here and go from there. Yep. Into you.
Hmm. So I think, man, do I play this one instead first? I do this there, then guess we see what happens with what you do. See, this is interesting. That's not placement that I was expecting to see.
Yeah, it's a
This makes me scared of your hand for sure. Um, I still think this is the right move to start with. I guess we'll see what happens. If I do that there, we likely see you replace this because I don't think you want to destroy your Lewinter. Or maybe you do. Hmm. This is interesting. This is not what I was expecting you to do at all. So I think we
it's a
just.
weird line. It's a very weird
I
line, but
know,
I'm
and I'm.
required. I have to go down this line.
Yeah, and that's the thing where I'm excited to see what this line is. So I think what I do to be safe is I have to throw this here, and then I pass to
Um,
you.
so, like I said, I don't have a way to combo
Mhm.
because I don't have Nexus Core flipped. So I think I just Flame Shaper Savant, and we can start looking at killing things. Yep. So we'll get rid of Mad Winter,
Mhm.
which actually, no, we can't. We have to activate ability, which sucks. Still gets like the same thing,
All right.
and then upgrade Disintegrate to hand.
So you got 2 triggers off of your Savant.
Yep. So 6 damage there. Now, because activate ability, I can finally do this
Yeah.
because it doesn't do it instantaneously. Otherwise, the 6 damage would go to Mad Winter. Rip. That's
S-
probably the best line I got.
Yeah. So then I think I have to kill your Savant,
Mhm.
which means I don't get to play the card I wanted to play, which is fine.
And
I think I
I
take 6, and
had to run out my Savant because that's the only way I can combo in turn 2 or cycle 2.
mhm, I get it. Yeah. So I think what I
And
have to
Glade off
do
of it.
here is I play the Blitzing Colossus. I activate to deal 4 to your Mad Winter, and I gain 4.
Yep.
Do I do the 4 to the Mad Winter? Because if that kills this, these trade, and then you get the Gizmo. But this is going to die anyway, and I
Yeah, so I
think,
won't have a combo.
yeah. So you do get a minion in this lane, though. And I guess I'd rather. Would I rather? Hold on. Maybe I just do the damage to this instead. Yeah, that's what we'll do. So this you can give the damage back. I'm going to kill the Yeti Warcaller and still
I
be
think that makes a
alive.
lot more
That makes
sense.
more
It gives you
sense.
a better board state.
Because I was thinking this turn as if you didn't flip the Nexus Core Prime. Because I'm like, all right, because my whole plan was to kill the Winter so you couldn't flip it, but then you flipped it.
I had to get very creative in
Yeah.
flipping it.
All right, so then we'll go to damage. This will take 2, yours dies. This will take 2, get to attack. These will trade. And then
Unfortunately.
this dies and yours takes 2.
Yep. God, what an interesting line.
Mm. So if I do this first, that makes no sense. Can't do this first. Man, this is one of those turns I don't like going first.
Well, you know that I can't win this cycle, so
That's true. But I think just in general, so I think what we do here, if we do that, you do that, and then you replace and you get something back and it's worthless. If I do this, this at least gets +2. That's kind of not helpful. If I hmm. See, these two out just makes it so hard
Mm-hmm.
together. I think that's the thing in general. If the combo even didn't exist, like if the Flame Shaper wasn't an option, right? Let's say Flame Shaper was typically in my Loyan, just the ability to be able to keep cycling these two and filling up your board is just really strong. Um, it turns off a few things for me.
Yeah. Well, you were there when I first started playing Nexus Core Prime. And it felt like a really strong card in general.
Oh, for sure, I agree.
And I was playing just minion decks.
So I think what I have to do, being on Forge, unfortunately, I think I just have to play this card. And we're gonna go here. So this gets +2 because there's 2 exalts in play. And
Yep.
then 2.
That has to go to 90 lane. Um, I think I'm just gonna run out Posse Mancer and call it good.
Hmm. So if
Could go
I
Porgy.
do this, that does that. I miss out on a few things that I wanted to do, but it's fine because I couldn't. Yeah, I think I just have to disintegrate
Yep.
there. So this gains 3, 4, and then 2.
I don't want to take that damage. Um, ooh, I could have gone a different line. That would not affect too much. Yeah. Just kind of taunting this hasn't.
Yeah.
So,
So you'll take 6.
yep. 29.
This will take 2. This will die. These
Yep.
will trade.
Yep.
So I'll put this. Oh, I'm sorry. When this took 2, this gets 2 of power.
Yep.
Am I gonna put this here? Maybe. I think so, actually. It's got breakthrough.
Let's have breakthrough. And 12 health.
Yeah, I don't like it because part of me wants to leave it open in case I hit the Shambler or something else, but I think I'm just gonna go in this lane.
Makes sense. Yes, so much. But life doesn't matter. I have to keep reminding myself that life doesn't matter.
That's true.
Um, yeah. And we'll go ahead and activate. Samantha Winter has 6. And to you.
Hmm. Are we? I think maybe we do that after. I actually almost like doing that to this instead. I'm gonna play a seal. I
Yeah.
think I am gonna do it to this.
No, I think that's a good choice.
Oh, it says an enemy creature. I can't.
Oh, you can't? Oh, get wrecked. Okay.
I still think I play this, right? I want to level this, so I'm gonna do 3 to this.
Bad. Sure. Okay.
Alright, and then 2.
Get it, big gizmo. There. Gotta replace things. Gizmo there. Gizmo there. Not like it matters too much.
So this is gonna flip. Um, I would rather keep this empty. Those are both gonna die anyway. Yeah, so we're gonna kill this one. So I gain 4.
Yep.
Alright, so I'm taking 6.
Mhm.
You're taking
2.
6 because it says breakthrough 2.
6.
So this
That does
is,
have
yeah,
the
6 total.
23.
This takes 2, this takes 2, and this gets +2. And
Yep.
then this will flip, which I'm gonna
Yep.
put it in this lane.
That makes sense. I shouldn't block there. I don't think it matters too much. Yet.
Let's see. So if I play this first, that'll destroy. That's not ideal. Hmm. If I do this, that's gonna be. That'll put some pressure.
I don't like hearing that.
And it's got breakthrough. Man, as much as I don't like doing this, I think this is the move. I gotta keep pushing here. So I'm gonna go Rageborn Eruptor.
Jeez.
This gets
Yeah.
+2 attack for each exalt, so it's getting +6.
6. Okay. Yeah. That breakthrough is getting me.
And then 2.
So I did draw my combo pieces, but couldn't flip Nexus Core in time. And now I'm in the weakest spot of this deck.
Hmm.
That's rough. I still have a chance to be okay, but it's very, very difficult. So I think I'm just going to play the Taunting Assassin and pass to you.
Alright, so I played this. That means you're taking 10 off of that. Oh man, this is a tough choice because I can. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I could just kill your assassin. I think that's what I need to do. I think that's more important than um, anything else right now. Because I could potentially try to push more with breakthrough, but then you do block a lot. And that fills your board more. And then if this lives and this dies, you just start filling your board again.
Mhm.
So I'm gonna play the Nova Elementalist.
Yep.
So I've got 1, 2, 3 elementals in play. So I'm gonna have this deal 3 to the Winter for the Flame Shaper Seal, because that's a mage.
Yep.
Then I'm gonna activate and deal 6 damage to the assassin.
Yep.
So it's either that or playing my Blitzing Colossus for 10 breakthrough, but I think that does a little more for me. And then 2.
I think it does too. So I could stop. Let's stop 10. Does that activate more dangerous for me or less dangerous for me? I'm taking 12. 22, so I have to stop some amount of damage. So that's 10, 20, 31, or 30 damage, right?
Yeah, right now this would be 10, 20, 30 at the board state.
25. I think I'm actually just dead. That's low enough in which I could grab and block that. So I can block 10. Oh, okay. No, that's not because that's a replacement effect. So I only get to block. Oh, I would block 9 more damage. So that'd be blocking 15. So I do have to put my ability here. Um, yeah, so nanotech disruptor,
Mhm.
replace Mad Winter with Blight Steel Sentinel or Bright Steel Sentinel. Dealing 6 there. So now it's 10,
15.
18 plus 1, 19.
19? Because this is blocking 10.
Yeah,
So
so
this
one
takes 1
breakthrough.
here, and then it's 10, so it's 15 total.
10, 10, 15. Oh my god, I can't do math.
You're good. You might have been looking at some of the defense stuff.
I might have, yeah. Oh, yeah, I did.
All
Okay.
right. So you're taking 15,
Yeah, so that puts me down to 8.
8. And then this one also dies when they
Hmm.
trade, which gets you a gizmo.
Yep, and the gizmo is going where I need it to go. Okay. Hmm. The fact that that's out is actually problematic.
Oh, the Nova Elementalist?
It's only 2 damage right now,
Yeah, it's only 2, so right at the moment.
which is enough to kill that. Is that okay? Could be 4. What else is an element?
It's the let's see, the
Worm,
Ardent
the
Worm,
worm.
and then the Rageborn Eruptor are the 2
Which
elementals.
you already played your H1 Interrupter.
Yeah, I guess I technically could Army Commander it back if I really, really wanted to. But I feel like if that's what I'm using my Army Commander on, you're happy.
Well, it gives you really good reason to do it.
That's true.
um, I actually have to look through your discard.
Yeah,
So
just with
disintegrate is also a problem. And what are we looking at for level of disintegrate? 2 or 3?
I
We're
think
looking at 2.
yeah, I was about to say I think it's 2.
So it's 14 damage.
Interesting. So that means you have something that might be able to surpass that in health. It's probably your level 3 Savant. which would then be able to deal 10 damage when it replaces.
So the only problem then is, so if I try to go, well, if I try to go for it, I'm going to die. Dreadbolt's also a problem, I think. Oh, Dreadbolt's not a problem.
That's at level 1, yeah.
Well, Dreadbolt's still a problem, I guess. Gravebrack is a problem. Dreadbolt's Vyrk's Embrace. Oh my god, all the removal.
Yeah.
So I really should play defensive. Okay. Summoning Master. Place Gizmo. I need one there. This feels bad to place there, but I think I have to place it there. Yeah. Okay. Yep.
All right, this is where I got to think for a second as well, because it's like if I don't do the right thing here, and you play a Savant. Well, actually, no, you can't. Oh, yeah, no. If you play the Savant right here with the Master out, then you win. If I don't play the right stuff. So, if I do that first, that's not going to work. I have to basically remove your Master here.
Yeah,
Or
I'm
you
only
win.
trying to dodge 6 cards right now.
Right? Because you haven't discarded. You wouldn't. So I have to remove now. And like granted, if I were to play my army commander off of my Nova Elementalist level 3, I could then remove with I think it's like 5 and then 2. I actually have never actually played it, so it's 5 to an enemy creature for each elemental. So I could use that as an option, but that's not how I want to be utilizing um my
Yeah,
ability.
that changes my play.
Um I think what I have to do is just kill your I think it's no, it's got to be the master, right? Because if it's anything else, then you live or then you win right off the bat if you have it. Um, Although no, because yeah, it is. So if you have anything,
Mhm.
if I kill anything else, then you win. I can't kill it with the Nova Elementalist. I could play this instead to then deal 4 to the master. Then you replace, and then we see what happens. You're at 8 though. So that's the thing as well as I want to make sure I try to win. I think what we do, the safest play I have here is I'll play the Ardent
There
Worm.
it is. Yep.
I'll activate and kill the Master.
Yep.
So I assume
That
you have
makes
the
sense.
Savant in hand?
I do.
Yeah, so that means you can't play it here, so you can't necessarily win this turn.
Nope, I cannot win this turn as much as I want to.
Yeah.
Oof. Okay. Now I just have to make sure I don't take a bajillion damage.
That is true.
And I have to live one more turn in this cycle without a force portability. Which is very difficult. And I'm off forge next turn. Oh, okay. Wow, this is gonna be a close one. Assuming that I can even get to cycle 4.
Mm-hmm.
And you have Army Commander, so you can grab really whatever in there. Dark Heart can come back. Dark Heart doesn't really matter too much. Spirit Reaver could matter. Um, how much does Spirit Reaver? -2. That's conveniently the same health as any gizmo ever.
That is true.
Um, so I can't run out Savant anymore.
Although if I guess if you use Savant to block, but yeah, it's tough.
Yeah, I don't want to do that when you have one more. Well, you'll have two turns to respond to it before I actually get on their turn, or I get to play
Oh
the
yeah, you're
Savant.
right. You had two priorities.
So it's like, no, that's not. That's definitely not the play.
Hmm.
As much as I want to, but that Thunderstorm is going to kill me. I'm pretty sure that Thunderstorm is going to kill me.
It's like kind of funny because I didn't want to play Thundersaur, but it's what kept a little bit of pressure this game.
I can't jump block him. Yeah, I don't want to take the 4 damage either, because then you can kind of shoot me out of nowhere with Shambler or Darkheart.
Yeah.
But I'm taking 4 damage no matter what because of the Thundersword. Yeah. Okay.
Is that it?
We'll do that. Yep.
All
Okay.
right. So sorry that I made you do all that thinking, but
You're all
I'm
good.
gonna Grave Pack the Ardent Worm to kill your um, spell sprite.
That's
So
8
this means
damage.
one,
Yeah.
2, 3, 4. So
Well,
it's
12
12.
damage.
Yeah.
Oof.
So yeah, that one I got lucky that you didn't have the combo the turn you had the pieces before
Undeady
because
was my hand, so if you only like partially did damage to enemy creatures, and I would have been good.
yep, that's true as well.
So there's a couple of ways to go about it, and just nope, didn't line up.
Yeah, it's crazy though because like you almost got it if I wasn't able to
Mhm.
remove your Savant cycle 2. That could have just been game.
Yeah.
But I do think that the Nova Elementalist decks that have a lot of removal are one counter because you got to be fast. You know what I mean? And it's like in this situation, I was able to remove stuff and put pressure with the breakthrough. Like I had to ignore playing Darkheart to be able to push more damage, which luckily ended up working in my favor. Um, Knowing that I could have army commandered that back, but like it's still just like the decision trees you have to take against this deck are a lot harder because it's like, man, I can't kill whatever's in this lane. I can't let you keep something in this lane to be able to replace. There's again, luckily this deck has a couple breakthrough creatures, which
Mhm.
at least lets me push. Um, but it's like if you can't keep removing the board or push enough damage, it's like if you can pillow fort with all your gizmos, it's just like you just wait until you win, basically.
Yeah. I mean, pillow forting with gizmos only works until someone has breakthrough.
That's true. That's what I'm saying. So it's like you
Yeah.
almost need to
So
have breakthrough in your
thunderstorm.
decks.
Yeah. So between the breakthrough and between, I mean, you did a great job keeping pressure with between removal and the Nova Elementalist. So got me all the way through to cycle 3. I had really wonky decision trees to even activate Nexus Core.
Yeah.
Um,
But it's like I had the board almost clear and you were still
yeah,
able to be like, oop, let me throw out like 3 minions right now. Or was it two? I think it was two.
I was only able to punch up 2, so I had to, and in order to do that, I had to replace Mad of the Winter, which sucks because he was a really good removal piece, but
Exactly.
that's the only way I could go about it.
What I will say is it's a hard deck to play against. Like
Mhm.
because it's like you have to focus everything on keeping everything from flipping. And because of that, you can't necessarily play the plan of your deck. You have to focus on keeping the core from flipping as much as you possibly can.
Yeah.
Um, So it's like if you could put pressure while doing that, you have a chance. If not, it's a lot harder. So I think like the Terra Charger deck doesn't have enough pressure with the removal, and it has the ability to have bad draws. I think the Shard back deck, which was able to kind of wipe the board with the Vid Icarus or the Furia Shard back, had a little bit better of a chance. I think that green purple life gain, if you're not breaking through, just doesn't have a shot. Um,
And this wasn't like even a bad draw for this deck either. This was actually pretty good. I got all my pieces on time and everything.
mhm. I would say so.
So
From the other end, I felt most comfortable playing this than I have any of the
okay.
other decks. I would say the second most comfortable was probably the Shard back deck, and then yesterday off stream, I played my Corrupt Drone deck, and I
Mhm.
was in a not a bad spot until you just comboed in cycle four. Because like at that point I was able to I think go crazy with my board with like the drone, and I had like a necromancer in hand that I was going to be able to start going crazy, and you're just like I was at like 80 or something, 70 or maybe somewhere between 60 and 80, and you're just
Yeah.
like, I'll drop the combo. Which at that point, that's when it's like fair. You know what I mean? Like having it
Mhm.
happen cycle four, it's like I had time to
Yeah.
kill you. Um, I didn't, and then you're just like, all right, let me turn that safety valve, and your life gain meant nothing. It's
And that
harder.
was all because I have summoned the swarm at 4.
Yeah, exactly. It's a lot harder to deal with it at cycle two because it's like you
Mhm.
have to put the pressure. And again, I think you just have to keep the core from flipping is the only way to
Yeah.
really put the pressure.
Even with your corrupt drum deck, you had to drop a lot of removal just to
Yes,
keep me off.
that's 100% true. Yeah, because I
Yeah.
had to go like Forge Seal Mantis, remove creatures, keep
Mhm.
the board clear. And it's not impossible to win. Like we saw here, I got to win this game. I had a win earlier with the Shard back deck. Um, it's a lot harder to win than I think it is against most other decks for that reason. But again, I think there's not many of these out there. I also think that both you and Grandfather, who have it, are both very good players as well, which means you're going to pilot them well. So it's going to be something where it's like you have good players piloting a deck that has the ability to combo and win out of nowhere. So it's like I think it's like as hard it is to play against, knowing that there's not many of these that exist because you need to have these soulbind and the laboratory in the deck. Like there's not going to be many of them out there. Like I know the odds of me facing this in locals is very low. The
Yeah.
it's just more of I think this is going to be more of a balance issue at the silver and higher tier events because once these get silver, which they probably will very quickly, that's when it's going to be will they just dominate to win the ultimate championships, or do you just have to hope that as an opponent of it that they have a game where they miss their pieces, so you could then push forward and win? But
Yeah.
I think things will balance. People will learn how to play against it, and there will be some games that's just you don't have a shot. But I think that's the same thing against other decks too. Like if I had a cycle where I'm comboing against with this Nova Elementalist, there's like a lot of decks that just can't handle that. If I'm just like, all right, let me get like 20, 30 attack on this, and then just keep removing your lane and keep going. So it's
Yeah.
like
It's nice to have the ability to, I mean, what there's I don't remember if you blew me out of the water on the when you had Nova Elementalist turn 1. I was cycle 1 last night. I think you did.
I might
Um,
have. It was definitely early cycle one.
yeah, but I think I was playing a different list, and this
That
list
is
could
true.
definitely handle it a little bit easier.
Yeah, because it's just you have more
Um,
removal. You have like even just the War Caller that can remove stuff. You have the Undeady that can be free. You have the I think the Summoning Master is the most important piece that's in this
yeah,
one that wasn't in the
it's
others. I think
super helpful.
yeah, and yeah, because it's like you're not stuck playing your Summon the Swarm on a Nova or sorry a Sunder level two, and then
Mhm.
maybe having Sunder abilities that just aren't relevant. Where it's like Enhance can be relevant because you could use the one gizmo to kind of go off with your combo. The Nanotech
And
Disruptor, if you get to cycle three, you could just remove their board with the
mhm.
not having the Flame Shaper, but having these two, you could still kind of go through a very heavy combo. It's not infinite, but just kind of all right. I'm going to wipe everything, and
It's
then
infinite and wiping everything but Proteus.
exactly. So it's crazy. It's fun
Mhm.
to play against though because it makes you think differently, and I have to play my cards differently. So something that I normally would play, I just am like, maybe I don't. Maybe this is not the right move. Like I've never played Thundersoar in this deck before, and I don't really push out the
Yeah,
rage whatever elemental guy, the one who has breakthrough, who's
yeah,
Rageborn
and
Eruptor.
those both were MVPs.
Yeah, because it's like knowing that you're playing so many small toughness creatures, I have to just put pressure and hope that I could kill you before you can kill me.
Jeez.
So
Yeah.
I think this forces people to have to play more aggressive, which I think is what Stoneblade wants, which is actually like great because when they did all their playtesting, that's all like every game ends in like a lot quicker. You're pushing a lot of
Mhm.
damage, and the decks, like for example, that Furious Shardback deck, I wouldn't look at that as a top tier deck, but I think it's very well equipped to deal with this because it just continuously wipes the board.
Which could potentially put it in the meta depending on
Exactly,
how the combo does. Yeah.
100%. So it's like if this becomes more prevalent, then it's like something like some cards that you normally wouldn't think of as top tier would potentially become top tier to be able to handle it.
Mhm.
Are you? Do I assume you're feeling done? Do you want to play anymore?
Uh, I should probably go say hi to my partner.
No problem. But
Yeah.
this was really interesting, and the more I'm playing against it, like it can be tough. Like there was a couple games where I'm just like trying not to be frustrated by playing against it because it's just like, man, like there's so much value that you can pull
Oh
out of
yeah,
nowhere.
a lot of value.
But again, those are the types of decks I love playing, so I know how people probably feel playing against some of the stuff that I play. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
um, but yeah, so this is cool. This is an interaction I don't think they might have planned for, but I think this will warp the format in a good way where you have to play to be able to play against this, which means you might not be able to play that life gainy deck that can't break through. Otherwise, you just lose against this. And then, like, maybe you're okay with that and hope that you don't face it, or maybe it's just like, I have to reconsider what I'm going to pair to be able to handle it.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
So a lot of different considerations. You look at a lot more removal. How can you clear the board fast?
Yeah.
That I mean,
Like,
I was thinking
Firestorm
about
might
it a little
become a
bit.
top tier card now.
Yeah, I mean, I have a mages deck from set one that all that does is clear the board, and it has. I don't think it has terribly much breakthrough,
Hmm.
but with your anti Heartseeker, I guess it could. But it does a good job clearing the board. It might be able to do okay against this deck. I don't think it'd do great,
Yeah.
but it wasn't able to go top tier simply because of life game.
Hmm.
So
I think what would be interesting is I think after we played some of these games, we think about it a little more. It might be cool for us to kind of sit down and be like, all right, these are the cards you want in your Utera deck to be able to handle it. These are the cards you want in your Necrom deck to be able to handle it. So when you're coming up, you're like, yes, you need this much removal that could kind of deal with the whole board. Like Epidemic might become very important to be able to just kind of remove a lot of these like gizmos that you're generating out of the value. You know what I mean? So I think
yeah,
something
for
like
sure.
Epidemic could be a lot stronger. Your Firestorms could be a lot stronger. Your Furious Shardbacks, which can deal damage across, can be really good here. Those kind of cards that if you can just find a deck that does what you want to do, but has maybe one or two of those as well, like Scorchmane Dragon as well, but you have to get it kind of leveled, so maybe not as much. Um, but
Yeah. Sonic Burst might be worthwhile
ooh,
as well.
Sonic Burst could be huge.
Mhm.
You're not
Some of
gonna
the
hit.
set 101 stuff.
Yeah, the only thing it's gonna miss is your Savants later in the game.
That's true.
So it's
That
like if
does
you have
clear the majority of the minions.
that is true. But it's like you need stuff that could remove the Savant whenever it lands, as long as they're not hitting the combo instantly.
Mhm.
Um, you need to be able to keep the board clear from the minions, and if you could do that earlier, that's great. Like, I think apparently I think it's called Sorrow. The Cersei ability that can give minus to all non Necrom creatures could
Yeah,
like
it's
help.
Sorrow.
Sorrow, that's what it is. Yeah. Um, but yeah, I think the biggest thing is keep your removal heavy. Like, and you got to be very careful about your Nexus cores flipping because if you keep them from not flipping, then you have a chance.
Yeah.
But once these two hit, then it becomes a oh man, like I could lose at any second. How am I going to handle this? Like what keeps me the most alive
Play
versus
very aggressive.
yeah,
Play very, very aggressive. Remove the board as much as possible. Have a bunch of breakthrough creatures.
yeah. So maybe Shard King is the thing I'm going to start experimenting with.
Shard King would be. Oh my god.
Yeah, but
Yeah, Shard King would be good.
But the thing
giving
is,
additional 3 damage.
and additional breakthrough too.
Hmm.
The only downside is Shard King has very low health, so it will die to stuff like removal, like it will die to your Pokemancer, which not every deck's gonna have a Pokemancer with these two, but it dies to the Yeti War Collars, it dies to any of the like lower damage red removal that they
Right.
might be playing. So it's
The
like
important part is the exalt.
that's
I'm
true
thinking.
because once the Exalt lands, you can then play whatever and
Yeah,
keep
you just
going.
and it takes 15 attack, I believe, to flip it.
Yeah, that's true.
That's nothing.
But at that
Absolutely
point,
nothing.
you almost don't need the attack. It's just having the breakthrough creature can do it.
100%. Yeah.
Yeah, because it gets breakthrough, I think, either side, but then it does extra damage when it flips.
Mm.
Oh man, I gotta start theory crafting some things that might help out
Yeah.
though. But um,
Yeah. And then you get to go test it on grandfather's list and see how it goes.
that's true. But thank you
Mm.
for these games because I think this is kind
Yeah, of
of
course.
something that people could watch back and be like, "Oh man, like this is how I could handle it. This is what I got to do."
Yeah,
Um,
I think our record is still fairly
It is
even
pretty
too.
even. It is, which
Yeah.
is but the thing is the first few games was I think you getting used to the combo and trying a
Mhm.
few different pairs, and now that you've kind of narrowed into the one that you like, I think it's a little more favored on your end, but not by a ton yet. But
No,
uh,
not
um
until I get really good or decide to blow people out of the water in some way.
yeah, but I would say these two decks are like this specific one is close to 50-50. The Shardback one is close to 50-50. I think the rest of them you've kind of been able to handle pretty easily.
Yeah, it's a good check.
Yeah.
So,
All right, awesome. Well, thanks for the games. Thank you
yeah.
everybody for tuning in on both sides. And for anyone who's not seen CardboardNewt stream, twitch.tv CardboardNewt is his username, and great content, great streams. So definitely recommend checking him out as well.
Yeah, so
Good
your stream's
stuff.
still linked in my title, so
I need to start doing that. I keep forgetting to
it's a
do
force
that.
of habit of mine.
No,
I
that's
can't help
great.
it.
That's a great habit.
Yeah,
That's something I need to start doing.
yeah, yeah.
All right, awesome. Well,
Okay.
thanks for the games and have a great night.
You too.
All right, see you later. All right. So once again, thank you everybody for tuning in. I think the best thing to do is if there's anybody who like is nervous about playing against this deck, I would say to see if you could find someone who has it and try to do a little bit of practice. I think that helps out a lot, just because after playing a few games, it's like I could kind of it's easier to assess the threats of what you need to try to keep from happening to best mitigate the flip of the Nexus Core Prime and then kind of just the ability to combo off. But it is definitely very interesting, and it's a force to be reckoned with, which could actually, like I said, be a very good thing for the format because right now, like looking at the um, the Ultimate Championship deck list, I'm pretty sure like every one of the decks except maybe one or two had purple, and most of the decks were green purple. Um, I know I would have to look at the event again to see exactly what the cut to top four was. Um, I know that it's just a very purple dominated, life game dominated format right now. And those decks, I think, have the one of the bigger disadvantages against this Mad Winter Lab combo because it doesn't matter how much life you gain if you can't push the damage, then there's nothing you can do. Like you're just gonna die to the combo when it hits. Um, Whether or not you're removing a bunch of stuff, like based on just the sheer amount of minions they generate, like by cycle four, they're likely going to hit at least all three pieces. So you've got to kind of rethink a little bit what we're building, specifically to handle this deck. Now, if you don't think this deck is going to be at the tournament you're playing, then you could obviously just kind of keep building like you normally would. But like some of the minion based decks that I've been looking at making that kind of flood the board, make a lot of things with big power, but doesn't necessarily get breakthrough. Those kind of decks won't do a lot against this combo because you're not pushing damage to the face and you're not forcing them to have to win or lose by cycle or by cycle like three. Because again, they could combo out in cycle two and just go for it. So this is a big deck to consider when playing in any like tournament. I think moving forward, um, it is fun to play against, and it's really cool to see when it goes off because it's just like, all right, yeah, this is really cool, and I just like did the damage and got there. But I'm playing some of my stronger decks against it, and it's just very difficult to consistently feel like you have an edge because of the fact that it could just win out of nowhere. Um, but I don't hate it. I think it's good for the format. So it's like I think it's worth keeping around. Like I know they're keeping this on the watch list and they're looking at ways that they could potentially balance it. And there are going to be games where they don't draw all the pieces. There are going to be games where they'll just hit it all exactly where it needs to be. But that still is, I think, okay because like a lot of the other games have those combo decks that will just win, and it's just like, yeah, I was not able to respond. I lost, but let me get to the next game and keep going. Um, so it's a lot to think about. I think it'll be a lot of fun as the format develops to kind of handle it. I'll try to put out something soon with kind of my recommendation of cards to look for to kind of to best deal with it. But a lot of it's going to be just appropriate threat assessment, making sure that you remove the right stuff on the board to get the best shot to try to live and push the damage forward that you need to win. So thank you for tuning in. Oh wow, this was a long stream too. So this was a fun one. I didn't even realize how long we were streaming for. So yeah, I'll be streaming again tomorrow. I'm pretty sure that me and Grandfather have our top cut game for the March Tabletop Simulator League. I also have one of the Monday Night League games against Dr. Adelis as well. And I might be doing a stream bounty challenge tomorrow as well. But luckily, I'm off from work, so I will have a lot of time to play some SolForge tomorrow. So yeah, I hope everyone has a great night. And I'll see you guys tomorrow on stream. All right, have a good one.